Going on, everybody? I'm a little surprised that I guess my last take on a previous video was, I don't know, I guess controversial, which I didn't feel like it was. I feel like it's a crazy ass buff that we're getting. This is the video that I posted. There's a lot of comments though that I guess tend to not agree. And hey, man. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, and I'm not even trying to change anyone's opinions. But I want to hear why. I want to hear why people think this. So, dearest yet Marvel champions, do you think my take on the revive situation is a bad one? Come tell me why. Yes, I'm now. Okay. Do you think I take the reason this is bad? Come tell me why. PS I'm not tweet. Good. Good enough. Good enough. Good enough. Good enough. All right. What up, people? Yeah, here a little bit earlier than normal today too, of course. Feels good to be back during the daytime, even though I like, man, I do like the nighttime too. Roger with the 5 months saying hello, slap me. Roger, I hate to tell you, buddy, but slap. The slap goes to Les. I'm so sorry, dude. The rules are this. It's the super chat that gets the slap. You were speedy. You were as speedy, if not speedier, than less with that message. But, it's just always been that way, because those messages never existed in the past. I could change, I mean, it's my made-up rule, so I guess I could change it if I wanted to. But, yeah, I just kept it the same way as always of, first super chat gets a slap. Les saying speed? What's that? Oh yeah, me. Les, you are quite speedy. Roger, I still thank you very much though, man, for the continued support. Thank you very much, dude. Super chat takes longer to send with scanning my face and all. You gotta scan your face every time? That's crazy. Jacob. Oh, Jacob, you are very speedy as well, but unfortunately you missed it by this much. And I rank forward my 6-star Doom BG. Be happy, please, dude. Congrats. Congrats on the congrats on the rank 4. I see someone asking to tell me why what? Well, I put in the thumbnail think I'm wrong question mark. And then come tell me why. Oh god, I hope that's not confusing. I figured people would see both. Do people not see both? Do I need to change that? Alright, I'll update the title and say, am I wrong? Question mark, come tell me why. Or I'll just make it the same as the what's it called, the thumbnail, think I'm wrong, whatever. Which, as I said before anyone started here, I'm not looking to change anyone's mind. If you're wrong, or I'm sorry, if you think I'm wrong, that's totally fine. I'm not looking to change your mind. I just want to hear everyone's side, that's all. This is the place to have a discussion. I don't want to make it a debate. I just want it to be a discussion. That's all. Okay. Let me see here. Samwise, dude, thank you for the 2 months as well. Saying, BG, finally get to use my 2 months message. Had to work this week, so I haven't been able to catch a stream. Well, Samwise, I'm glad you're here now. This should be an interesting one. Of all the streams to make it to, I'm curious if this discussion is going to be civil, or if people are going to be pissed, or... honestly, like I said, if people are pissed, I want them to be pissed. Well, anyway. Sam, thank you for the 2. Black Hole 53, appreciate the buck from you as well, saying, I don't think you're wrong. I just don't like change. That's fair. A lot of people don't like change. Also, I have a rank 4 Viv. She's super fun. Can't wait for you to test her. That's right. I didn't test Viv. For a second there, I was going to say I did test Viv, but no, I didn't. I didn't test Viv yet. Interesting. Okay. I do want to test Viv, and who else? It was Viv and the what's her face? She got a bow. I'm good with Marvel. I know things. Oh man! I revoked my membership out of being salty, Roger. I'm sorry. Anyways, I think the revive thing can be good, but some people will still hate it because now they can't abuse the system. I think it's a good update. Well, okay, so I did say at the start of the video, this is like a technicality of why I can't possibly be wrong. Because I said at the start of the video, or somewhere in here, it was like maybe 30 seconds in or something, that it's for some people it's not going to be better. Straight up, for some it will not be better. However, I do think for many people, more people than not, I think it's going to be a really good change. And I'm so curious if people like a couple weeks into the change, or even like a month into the change, if they have a different opinion than they do today, if they're like, oh man, actually this is really nice. I don't know, man. I don't know. This is the side of the game that I was just saying it yesterday. I'm not that good when it comes to fighting. I'm okay, right? I'm good enough. I'm not that great when it comes to like knowing all the champ's abilities, things like that or whatever. But the side of the game that I do think I'm pretty good at least, is like the resource management, the how do you get things like revives and stuff like that. Those systems are super like laser clear to me. Whereas I look at these champions and I'm like, huh? How does this guy work? I don't know. So that's why I'm so confident that this change is so strong. But okay, I want to read guys' opinions. Hold on, let me read a couple of these super chats too, and then I'll read as many messages as I possibly can. Casual Cashew, thank you for the 4 months as well, saying you're wrong. Sushi is delicious. Wow. Oh, you meant about revive. Sup, Aldi, missed you. What's up, Casual Cashew? How you doing, man? I hope you're doing well. Thank you very much for the 4 months. All right, Wilson Fisk, let me see your message as well. Say, what's up, BG? Took Hulkbuster to rank 4 today. Ooh, okay. Hulky B going to rank 4. All right. Sounds good, man. I like Hulkbuster. You know, I was very critical of when Hulkbuster got added to the game. Or updated, I should say, because, I mean, when he originally got added, he was garbage, right? But when he got updated, he was pretty good. But I remember being super critical because I was, like, trying to figure out if I wanted to feed him what at the time was, like, an absolute, like, super, super valuable resource. And I ended up not doing it. But I actually want to rank up my Hulkbuster, too. It'll probably be a long time before it happens because there's a bunch of other champs that I want to get to first. But I do think he's powerful. I do think he's good. Pretty fun overall, too. Roger. Oh, no. Yeah, okay. Oh, I already read your message, but I didn't even see that you sent over another buck. Dude, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Okay. Let me see here. Let's read some messages now. To be honest, watching the vid was a bit of a slog. You take one step forward by saying yes is a positive step. 2 seconds later, you say, but I'm not sure, etc., etc. This goes on throughout the vid. Nomad, did you watch the vid that I uploaded today? Because I'm positive. There's nothing that I'm not sure about. That's fine if you didn't like the vid or whatever, but I just want to make sure you watch the same one that I'm talking about here. Because did anyone else feel that way? Because I am absolutely positive that this is a massive buff. At least from my perspective. Let me read some other comments here. F Netmarble. They were probably the ones that forced Kabam to make a surprise change like this. Maybe. I'm definitely not a fan of other things Netmarble's done. So I don't know. You're not wrong, BG. I will say I completely agree with this being better than 3.2.6 for us as well as for the game. I'd imagine it'd be hurtful when the designer's content is. Where's the rest of that message? Probably. I lost part 2 of that message, but I imagine it's just ends of like content being cleared immediately. We still get so much less revives. At the new rate, it's max 2 to 3 revives a day, meaning to farm 40 to 50 revives would require 15 to 20 days of consistent grinding. We can get that amount in 1 to 2 days now. For a way more effort, you can get that in 1 to 2 days now. That's absolutely true. And like I said, for those that want to just knock out a piece of content like the Abyss the day that it drops, yeah. It for sure is a downgrade. It for sure is still a nerf. But the amount of effort that it's going to take to clear something like this for the average player, so much lower in my opinion. I also made a mistake in the video. I said it was going to take 5 months to clear something like the Abyss, which is technically true. However, if the Abyss dropped, like if you knew when the Abyss was coming out, it would only take you 4 months to complete it. Because you would be ready to go for your first path, like the moment it dropped, because you know about it ahead of time, right? You would just have those revives sitting there in your inventory. And then you would just need like 4 months of just cruising along to get it. But yeah. Still, I mean, that is still longer than doing it instantaneously, but yeah. Our Midwest Whale, dude, thank you for the 25 months saying, I mean, I think personally it crushes anyone who isn't through the content. Like, I'll pretty much be done with MCOC, unfortunately. 12 a week doesn't... 12 a week doesn't work for new accounts that aren't through the content. Interesting. I mean, I disagree. First off, it is going to be 14 a week, not 12. The Apothecary originally was going to be 5 a week, but it's 7. It will be 7 at least, not like the moment it comes out, but they said it'll be 7 days a week. But still, here's what I would say. This content right here, as far as I'm concerned, the Abyss is dead content anyway. I don't think it's worth going through for anybody. I think the content that really shines for players that are trying to catch up is story content. And in story content, you don't need a crazy number of revives to get through this content. You need some revives here or there, and getting 40% revives versus 20%, I would argue, is way, way better. But, like I said, I'm not... Okay, I want to preface this by... Or maybe preface is already too late because I already responded. But I want to say, I still respect your opinion. I'm not trying to tell you, you know, that the way you feel is wrong or something like that. I'm just letting you know that that's how I see it, at least. Okay, easy. Thank you for the 2 as well, saying I put a comment in your earlier vid. Want me to copy paste? Sure. Looks like you already did. Okay, let me see. Yeah, I don't agree. Your entire thing is based on the idea that people can't get level 2 revives. And the only reason you think that is because you don't open your 4-hour crystals. It's absolutely possible to send them into the overflow when opening a couple weeks worth of those 4-hour crystals. Well, why don't you just pop them when you're doing the content? Why would they go in the overflow? I think being able to hold 10 extra revives is fine, but I certainly don't think it's a huge buff by any means. I personally don't want to wait a month in between doing difficult content. I still think changing the revive spawn rates in early content is a slap in the face of free-to-play players and low-level spenders and players who simply aren't as skilled as some of the YouTubers we see. I don't understand your first point. Easy. Because you could just hold the crystals until you do the content, so they wouldn't go in the overflow. Why would you open them ahead of time? Okay. Okay. That's your take on it. Understood. Got it. Lee Boys, thank you for your loonies as well. Saying maybe I'm missing something, but raising the cap by 5 and changing the milestone rewards from level 1 to level 2 revives is huge. I think so. It takes it from 15 to 40. I think that's massive. Also, the worst part was saying that making new content leaves them at a net loss, yet they're the highest grossing game for Netmarble, not to mention many other games. Yeah, I mean, some of the stuff in the post I absolutely don't agree with. Like, it might be a net. I don't want to find exactly where they put that. Let me see. Maybe it was in this section here. In development, content at risk. I think that's silly. I think you have to keep making content because it keeps the rest of the game going, and the rest of the game is extremely profitable. Not every piece of the game or a product needs to be super profitable, right? If that were true, why is there any free software at all? You know, is Microsoft not profitable because they include like a free video player in there? So, like, I don't know, man. I don't know. The examples you could make are they're just silly. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not saying I agree with everything they said. I'm just saying I think the update is crazy powerful. All right, Noah, thank you for the bucks, and I think that once we get over all of this, the game will be in a better place balance-wise, but that's just my opinion. Okay. Fair take. The boss with that member button. Boss, thank you, dude. Appreciate it, man. Saying, hey, BG, Sandman coming soon, and the animation looks amazing. So, I saw there was like a tweet. I didn't look at the video yet. Let's watch it now, actually. Let's see. I'm assuming it's in this video, at least. I don't want to put sound on, because, yeah, I've paid the price for that before. With copyrighted sound. Okay, that's Shocker. Which is interesting. That's not how I expected Shocker to look, but cool, I guess. This is just the motion comic, right? He's not going to be that big. Dude, what if this is like a massive boss that they put in the game? That would be so sick. If we could fight him that way. Okay, yeah, here's how he actually looks. Interesting. He's got a little bit of a stretchy vibe going, like, Mr. Fantastic. Some sort of torpedo move. It looks pretty cool. He doesn't look a ton like sand to me. He's almost like too wet. Like too shiny. But still looks cool. Boss, thank you. I appreciate you, man. Roger sent over a buck as well. Let me see here, Roger. Let me see. Where's your message? I think maybe having level 3 revives available to buy or find in 4-hour crystals should be good, and maybe raising the cap by 10 would have been better. I mean, it would have been better, yeah. I still think it's a crazy update, but yeah, if you added level 3 revives to the mix, it would just take it to an entirely other level. Static said over 2, say last 2 BG. Let me see, Static. I still think this is fixing a non-issue, and it's just a waste of time and resources, perhaps. Those who farmed, and those who didn't. The difference now is those who farmed will farm and buy, or wait. I do think the changes to the cap is nice, but also a non-issue. I think that what pisses me off the most is that this was given priority over bugs. All stick, no carrot. At least announced 7 stars. Sheesh. It is frustrating that the bugs still exist. It's probably different people working on the two things. But I hear you, man. I think that's the most frustrating part of the game is, like, there's times where, yeah, I don't want to play because I feel like all I'm going to run into are bugs. And the fact that the bugs are so prevalent and have existed for such a long period of time, it's super frustrating. So I totally get that. You mentioned them lowering our expectations and then giving us their actual idea. And it really does feel like that's what they did because their first idea was so absurdly bad. Potentially. I feel like it happens enough that it's at least plausible. I'm not saying it happens every single time. Was this one of those cases? Was it not one of those cases? I don't know. But it certainly happens enough that the first thing they offer is like a lowball offer. I don't know. Man, this should be fun. MSD. Dude, I love stuff like this, honestly. This is what makes a game feel alive rather than like... it's like the different opinions and stuff like that, right? If everybody had the same opinion, I feel like this game would be boring, super boring. So I'm not, like I said, I'm not even trying to get everyone to think the same way that I'm thinking. If you have a different opinion, cool. But yeah, I'm just sharing my thoughts. Black Hole 53, thank you for the bucks. Personally, I think 4-hour crystals should have higher drop rates for revives. You could open like 50 and only get like 3 revives. I think that's a change people will love. Probably. I honestly have no idea how many revives you get per crystal. So hard for me to even comment on something like that. But yeah, there's if they made it more consistent, probably. If the game was bugless, maybe a good change. But a lot of times you lose because the game fails. Yeah, that's true. This game will be balanced because Kabam will only remove pro Kabam bugs, not pro player bugs. I mean, that's a bit of a stretch. There's been a lot of player bugs, pro player bugs that have existed for a very long time. But I understand. I wish the actual bad bugs were fixed too. I think the fact that we're much more limited in the capacity we can hold is more annoying than the slow rate of farming. Much more limited in the capacity we can hold. I mean, they're buffing the limit from 15 to 40. But I understand. Might not feel like enough for some people. The people who do content day one, they will still probably spend units to buy revives. Absolutely. Kabam doesn't and hasn't ever had an issue with that. Only now that it is monetized is a problem. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I don't know. The thing is, if you separate the philosophy of like this game compared to another game, let's take the monetization aspect out of it, right? Let's say this game, it's just a game that you paid $60 for off the shelf. You have it forever, and the devs, they update content regularly or something like that, right? Is that content supposed to be done on day one? And that's it? And then you wait another few months for like another piece of content to come out? That's probably not the intended way. Of course, you can buy your way through that, and Kabam, they promote that. They say, yes, you could buy your way through it. But if that option never existed, that's kind of how content is supposed to be taken. It's supposed to be taken over time. I don't know. The limit is not going from 15 to 40. It's going from 30 to 40. It's not. It is absolutely not. It's going from... You cannot farm the level 2 potions. Or the level 2 revives, excuse me. You cannot farm the level 2 revives from 3.2.6. Could you get them from the free 4-hour crystals? Sure. But you could also just hold those free... You can't farm those crystals. There's nothing you could do to farm those crystals. So the farmable cap is going from 15 to 40. I don't think that's a debate. I think that's a straight up fact. If you don't like it, that's totally valid to have that opinion that you don't like it. But you cannot farm these level 2 potions currently. The only thing you could do is by chance get them from free 4-hour crystals, or you can spend 40 units on them, or whatever else. But if you could show me a place in game right now where you can just go and get an unlimited farmable quantity of these things, then then I'll be like, okay, sure, then it was farmable. But until someone could do that, that was not a farmable resource. Static, thank you for the 2, saying on a happy note, Spot is awesome, worth the gem. It really is. And yes, I absolutely agree with that. Have you watched Sean's vid for the revive situation? I didn't know Sean put out a vid for the revive situation. So I guess not. But I'll check it out later. I love when people want to know your opinion. Then when you give it freely, they riot to say you're wrong. I don't know if people are rioting. I think it's, like I said, I think it's fine. I love the discussion. The only time that I think it is like, if someone's actually wrong, Because opinions, they can't really be wrong. But again, for something like this, I don't think there's any opinion involved. I think there's no place to go get them regularly. But yeah. They kind of did this themselves. They made Herc and kept him destroying content with no health using level 1 revives, which again, they left up knowing exactly what was happening. Farm, take Herc, win. Pretty much, yeah. Yo, Lags, did I say what's up to you already? I saw you pop in. I don't know if I said it though. BGBGB, sigh. Clarissa, what are you sighing about? This better be about the revive situation. This is why I play the game when I want to and not race everyone else. I mean, that's fair. Actually, that was a good opinion to have. Fine. Farmable doesn't mean you can't hold 15 of them from 4-hour crystals. That's the issue. I'm not saying you have to be able to farm them to be able to hold 30 revives. That's what you are saying. But you told me that it wasn't the cap. When I expressed that it was, that's how I see the cap is farmable. So if we're talking about two different things here, then fine. But why are we talking about two different things? I guess. I think it should be up to the players. If someone likes to do day one, let them. What difference does it make? The day oneers still log in every day for all others of the game. That's a fair opinion to have. Yeah, that's a fair opinion to have. Some people do want to do it on day one. Some people don't. And like I mentioned in the video, for those people, it is worse. For the day oneers, it is worse. But yeah. BJ, have you been made aware of the new arena tick box in the game settings menu? Seems very pro to you. I'm aware of it. It's a good change, but it's kind of irrelevant because arena, once they added like the autofill option, I don't hit the help button anyway. The update that they're talking about is they show the I think the help champs, they're just like pushed to the bottom or something, right? So yeah. I really dislike the fact they keep mentioning the idea that this current existence of revive farming risks their future development of Everest content. Like, why? Stop saying it. It is a little silly. I agree with that. I agree with you and think people do not remember the old days of grinding arena for months. So you could do a labyrinth path. People are just too lazy and entitled. So it was a great update. Okay. Fair take. Just to be clear, you don't need to do tons of arena for revives here. Just want to make that absolutely clear. I can get 100 plus revives like without touching the arena at all. Saying the cap is going from 15 to 40 is just factually incorrect. Okay, the farmable cap is going from 15 to 40. Maybe I left out the word farmable that time or something, but I've said it enough that, yeah. Seen as the realest YouTuber, always calls out Kabam, but BG has always agreed with Kabam, sells out the community as usual. That's a lovely take. I guess you've only seen like a small handful of videos or something like that, man. Okay, sure. Have a good day. BG, how's your new streaming replay device going? I fixed it. Yesterday it broke, and I realized that I did make a change to it. I accidentally tweaked the file type, but now now I fixed it. I found out how to work it yet. It looked really cool. Yeah. So if let me pop into like Realm of Legends, and I'll just do a little bit of auto fighting for a minute, and then I'll show you how it works. By the way, the reason why I sometimes agree with Kabam and sometimes I don't agree with Kabam is because I'm not here for anybody. I'm not here for Kabam. I'm not here just to be a voice of players. I'm here to give you guys my honest thoughts, and I will never do anything otherwise. So yeah, sometimes I do think Kabam makes good changes because that's just the way I see it. But if Kabam was paying me or something like that, first off, no, they don't pay me. I would disclose that information with you guys immediately if I was working for Kabam in any capacity, at all, which I'm not. And I used to say never ever will, but at this point it's only a 99.99999% chance that I never will. I have no intentions of applying to work for Kabam or any of that stuff. And the only reason I did the one time was because of a global pandemic, when I already had a reputation of sometimes thinking changes were good just because they were good long before that disaster ever happened. There was no chance, and it still is no chance, that I'm moving to Canada. Nothing against Canada. I'd love to visit someday. Seems like a lovely place. Alright, anyway. I completely agree with the video. Unlimited revives is bad for the game. This way you can still build up revives as well, retain units. You just can't brute force through content. Yeah, that's how I feel. Wait, Ray, this is your part 2. As opposed to using as many revives as you like without even playing well, then just farm like crazy for the next path in 2 days. Thoughts? Wait, hold on. Part 1. Usually the best thing I see is now there's actually a reason to try your best to use fewer revives, i.e. so you can do your next path sooner, as opposed to using as many revives as you'd like without even playing the then just farm like crazy for the next path 2 days. Yeah, that's exactly right, Ray. Exactly, dude. So I say you do like a path a month, but if you're good, you can do a path way faster than that. A path a month is only if you depleted all of your resources. I guarantee you I could get through something like the Abyss in like 3 months or something like that. Maybe 2 months without dropping a unit. Without opening up free crystals. I'm not saying that everybody could do that. I'm just saying it is possible to do that. But I would much rather just take the super relaxed approach and, yeah, just collect the free revives, and that's it. But it is different because, yeah, who isn't trying to use as few revives as possible? The thing is, even if you use as few revives as possible, your revives would still expire. There wouldn't be enough time unless you wanted to sink like hours and hours and hours of auto fighting through 3.2.6. That's the part that I don't think people understand from my perspective, is I don't want to be in 3.2.6 for hours and hours and hours. It's actually so much easier to do something like auto fighting Realm of Legends, because I just set it and forget it, and I look at my phone once every 30 minutes. With the revive farming in 3.2.6, I'm there constantly. Yeah, it's auto fighting, but I'm there constantly resetting, scanning the map for revives, picking the right path. If there's a double drop, I want to be paying attention to grab the one item, then grab the other item after that. It's a hassle. I don't want to do that for hours and hours and hours to build up to it. I just want to be able to play the game, collect the, you know, the easy ass revives to get, and then do the content when I feel like it. If you don't want to approach the game that way, like I said, you have every right to your opinion that you don't like this change. That's totally fine. But that's where I'm coming from. I think you're wrong about stealthy, and in this essay, I will explain how. Karate Mike, if you ever suggest to me that stealthy is a good champion ever again, well, I wouldn't do anything bad to you, because I love you. But I will threaten to ban you with no actual repercussions. St. Ovid, thank you for the buck. Let me see where you're at. I think you're right. There's no kind of the game you can't do besides Useless Abyss and Eternity of Pain. The game has difficulty has been low for a long time, and this is more than acceptable for average players. Okay. Yeah, Zaytoven. Hold on, I saw I think it was Abby Doe that mentioned, did you mention I saw someone mention Star-Lord. I feel like that's an Abyss. Yeah, here we go. How do you complete the Star-Lord's dance-off without brute forcing your way through? I mean, you do brute force your way through, but the game allows you to brute force your way through. I think the comments that Kabam originally had of like people not trivializing content with revives, I think that was totally wrong. I think that's all this game is trivializing content with revives. But this update allows you to do that easier, in my view at least. You still absolutely can go through Star-Lord's, I guess that's the most revive heavy piece of content in the entire game. You can still do that content without dropping a single unit. with, in my opinion, an easier time farming the resources leading up to it. It's just you wouldn't stand there and only play 3.2.6. You would play other areas of the game and not worry about the build up until it comes down to like the last 2 weeks, and then you would do like the daily apothecary, make sure you're hitting the 22-hour solo events. There are still revives and other quests. You just pop in, take a peek at them, grab those. There's revives in like the monthly content that if you just pay attention to the path you take beforehand, you scoop up some of those revives. You could easily get 100+ revives going into that Star-Lord challenge. 0 arena, 0 units used, not even breaking into the free 4-hour crystals. But of course, those are there to be used as well. So yeah, I don't know. Not to mention those other areas of the game give rewards along with the revives that you get, whereas 3.2.6, it is just the revives. There's energy refills, but those energy refills are a net loss of energy in time. Like in an individual path, it's a net gain of energy if you see one, but because they're not there all the time, you will be losing energy. You will be burning energy refills to get those revives. Without question. So, yeah. Yeah. Okay, I watched your video at 2x speed, so this update is actually makes me want to come back to the game because I was not able to farm revives and play through the content. However, I suck, so I'm probably not coming back. RIP. R.I.P. Chris. Oh, man. Alright, Jersey 8085, dude. Thank you for hitting that member button. Is that actual? I think that's first time member. Was the other one? There was someone else that I wasn't sure if it was first time member or not. So sorry if I missed it, but dude, Jersey, thank you very much. Welcome. Please enjoy your banana along with all these kick-ass custom emojis, dude. You'll be losing energy to get revives in the apothecary. What's your point? Yeah, but fewer, because you're doing that once a day versus running it 100 times in 3.2.6. So that's my point. It's a much lower energy loss. So yeah. Congrats on being such a great strategist that allows you to use 1/3 of the revives as everyone else. Thank you, I guess. I don't know. Okay, sure. The boss, thank you for the 10, dude. Saying I have 150 level 1 revives in overflow. The abyss just isn't worth my time. It's garbage. The abyss is terrible. It's a worthless piece of... I'm sorry. If MSD is still here, I'm so sorry. Oh, man, you are still here. You said abyss, not worth time? What? I'm sorry, MSD. Listen. I know you love the abyss, but the content is terrible and needs an update. And until it gets updated, why would anyone realistically go in there? The only reason to go into the abyss is to try to better yourself as a fighter, which MSD has proven that, well, it works, because MSD is a freaking god. But otherwise, the rewards in the abyss, it's a total joke. They were outdated, I don't want to say nearly immediately. It's just that in MCOC time, because people, have been playing this game for years, it feels like it was outdated very quickly compared to, how fast the game can move on. It's weird saying fast, that game, because the game moves very slow. Again, it's just if you play this game for so many years. Anyway. Boss, thank you for the 10, dude. Alright, but you're not getting as many revives either. The trade-off was worth it to some people. Now we don't have that option. True, the option is taken away. That is true. For some people, this is definitely a worse change. There's no way around it. I'm not arguing against it. For some people, this will be a worse change. I'm just saying for a lot of people, this is a significantly better situation for them. They need to apothecary adds boring and necessarily daily quest. I agree with that. I totally agree with that. I don't like the change, but I can understand it. I just don't want to do another grindy questing game. Dude, I am right there with you. I don't want to do the Apothecary either. But I don't want to do 3.2 point... Like, they're the same. 3.2.6 and Apothecary, they are the same damn thing. In terms of the quest itself. Of course, one's daily and the other you could do over and over and over and over again. But I think they're both boring. I think they're both... well, boring, I guess, is the only word I could use for it. I'd rather cut my left hand off than ever go into the abyss or labyrinth. Only the left, though, right? Not the right hand. The right hand's too important for life and things. Yeah. Hopefully Kabam will get out of this financial crisis caused by revive farming. Oh man, yeah, thoughts and prayers. Yeah. Hey BG, you doing a new account challenge? I will be. I can't tell you when. Oh wait. Oh, this is the whole spam message. Okay, let's read it. When are you going to open relics? When is your next crystal cleanup? When is your next level up event? Is legend run heroic and master? Yes, to all of those things. Yes. 5.2.6 is still an option. Maybe. That's still up in the air. I still don't know if 5.2.6 is an option or not. I do not know. Xavier, dude, thank you for the 5. Saying for me, it depends on the next Everest drop. If Kabam does another dance-off or Nameless Thanos final phase, then I don't even know what to think. I hear you. I do think that they should update... I mean, first off, the Karina Star-Lord thing, it's totally worthless at this point, right? But I do think that content, it was released knowing that people are farming infinite revives in 3.2.6. I think they released it as like a almost busy work, you know what I mean? Where like, okay, it's gonna be a few weeks or months until the next big piece of content hits. Let's give players something to do. We know they're gonna farm a bazillion revives, but at least it'll take them a lot of time to farm those revives. So here you go. I do think that they should, at this point, just allow players to use either a different version of Star-Lord or, I don't know, update it in some way so that it doesn't take as many revives. If people did want to keep the challenge of the 4-star, I don't know, man. Either way, it's useless content at this point. BG, thoughts on Kabam saying that if changes weren't implemented, they would have to potentially stop making story content? Ridiculous. I think that's totally ridiculous. Yeah, I don't agree with that at all. What can I say? I think either way, it's part of the game. They make money on the game as a whole. You don't need to make money on every single piece of the game. So yeah, ridiculous. But I don't know. That's what they put in there. I like the 40% revives will be easier. I'm already getting the 20% through those events today. Not grinding for revives, just pacing content and restarting when things don't go well. Yeah, like I said, I think for the majority of players, that's how it's going to be. Just collecting some easy 40% revives that could actually be used on any champ. Whereas the 20%, they're like only good for Hercules or Ghost or, other champs that have ways of negating all damage. Because realistically, how far do you get off a 20% revive? Sometimes you could do really well, and you could solo fight with a 20% revive. Other times, you take you miss one intercept, or the opponent's got some block penetration, and no, you're toast. That 20% did diddly squat. Or if you run recoil masteries, 20%. That's what you're taking off the top just from the bleed to begin with. Oh, I wanted to sorry, I've been auto fighting in here. The replay thing though, yeah, I fixed it. Oh, I didn't save it. Oh Jesus, man. I'll show in a second. I swear I have it working. I just forgot to actually save the last 2 minutes. I'll show after this fight. Damn it. I think this change is almost there. If there was a way to trade multiple lower level revives for level 3 revives, it would feel a lot better. Okay, Nick. What's up, by the way? How you doing, man? You can get level 2 revives from chests. I thought you knew this. Which chest, Dean? Show me which chests. I would love to learn. You're talking about the chests like from quests. I'm thinking you're talking about, right? They are rare, not efficient to farm, but every now and then you can get them. Okay, is it like a 0.1% drop or something like that? Because that's not farmable right there, man. That's like winning the lottery. That's like telling someone, yeah, if you're broke, just go hit the lottery. You don't got level 2 revives? Oh, just hit the lottery out of this chest from this quest. It's not farmable. Okay, you said Act 2.1.6 or 3.2.6. I have screenshots. Okay. Sup, yo, Hinach. Does their announcement of updating potions in 5 to 6 months mean Realm of Legends is getting nerfed too? Hinach, I would assume so. Honestly, I would assume so. I don't know, though. I don't know. I don't know what that is. It's hard to really comment on that because it is the great unknown, but this is what Hinach is talking about. Adjustments to potion ecosystem. The lengthy dialogue with summoners has also put a spotlight on current potion inefficiencies. The game team has discussed a revamp to potions and are committed to overhauling the system. It's best to consider this a tangentially related to changes to the situation at hand. As a timeline, this will be much longer. We're hoping to see these changes implemented in 5 to 6 months' time. As always, timeline can shift, but considering the scale of the project, that's what we're hoping for currently. So, I think what they're trying to imply here is that, yes, the community thinks the potions are garbage, because they are. A level 1 potion, a level 2 potion, they don't do squat. Even high-level potions feel like they can hardly dent your champs if they're boosted. So I think they're going to do something. It sounds like something positive. However, if I had to guess as to what this change is, I would imagine I don't know if I'm going to like what they're going to say, because I would assume they're going to nerf Realm of Legends potion farming. I don't know, though. It's possible it could be good for the game, depending on what else has changed. But I'll believe it when I see it. Like this revive farm, I didn't think it was going to be that good. Turns out I do like it, though. So we'll see what happens with the potions. I don't know. I don't have high hopes. I don't have high expectations going in. But maybe I'll be pleasantly surprised. We'll see. I've been saying make potions percentage-based. Everyone's been saying make them percentage-based. But we'll see if they do that or if they do something else. Dude, what a fat special, too, that this King Groot just hit, by the way. Okay, anyway, so... Yeah. We save that. Bing! Replay saved. Oh, whoops. I just refreshed the chat screen. That's okay. So yes, it is working again, and we'll show the last 2 minutes whenever I do that. Which feels good to have that working again. And then I could still scrub through and find all the cool moments. Like, let's see that fat special too, man. Here it is. It's coming up. We got 12 Furies right now, because I just uppercutted him, which consumed one. And then get hit by that, lure him into a false sense that he's gonna be doing good, and then boom, hit him with that special too. King Groot and auto fighting god. Xavier, thank you for the 10, saying I also wish Kabam wasn't so condescending in their communication. Stop trying to make it seem like everything they do is just wonderful. I will agree with that, yeah. For us, and we don't know what's good for us. Yeah, I will agree with that. I don't know. It's a little bit tough because not everything they say comes off that way, right? So there's a lot of there's definitely good communication. I don't want to say it's all that way. However, you can find bits and pieces here and there that are like, oh, you're doing this for us and not to make loads of money, loads and loads and loads of money or something like that, right? Yeah, but I agree with you, Xavier, for sure. All right, King, thank you for the pound. Let me see what you're saying. Hold on. Let me see. I get it's not being healthy for the game, but aren't the community part of the game's health? And if the overall majority of the community hate the changes, then how does it help? Genuinely asking. It probably doesn't. If the majority of the community hates it, well, actually, I don't know. Maybe there's technically it still could, depending on like how ridiculous of a thing it was. For example, I would argue that everyone hated the update to block proficiency. For those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, there used to be block proficiency synergies that added 20% block proficiency and allowed you to easily hit 100% block proficiency, which means whenever you blocked, you took 0 damage. So all you have to do is block, bait out an opponent's heavy. You got through content, full yellow bars across the board. Like, is dead simple. The game wasn't fun, but you can beat the game with any champion just holding block. Good game. That's it. They nerfed it. They changed it. Everyone was, of course, pissed. But I would argue, yeah, that was definitely the right play to make for the overall health of the game. In a case like this, though, it's a case-by-case basis, right? It's possible that this, if enough people hate this change, then it's not a healthy change for the game, and more people stop playing, and the game takes a nosedive because of it. It's possible. It's possible for any change that happens, for that to happen. I imagine if it got so bad that people weren't, you know, playing, or Kabam was making less money or something like that, then they would probably make some other adjustments, and that wouldn't be the last of it or whatever. And yeah, only time will tell if anything like that would happen, but I highly suspect it won't. Here's the thing. I really want, for the people that don't like this change, just to give me an update a couple months later. If you still hate it, awesome. Tell me you still, well, not awesome, because, like, you know, that means you're not having fun, which is not awesome. But I'm saying, again, I'm not trying to change anyone's opinion on it. If you still hate it, tell me. But I'm also curious how people feel once they have, like, this stash of revives that they can just turn to at any time. Because I think it's going to feel good. Personally, I think it's going to feel so good. But we'll see. We'll see. All right, easy. Thank you for the 5, saying the speed at which rewards become outdated make finishing content quickly all that much more important. This is true. Sorry, MSD, but who's bothering with Abyss now? Agreed. That's what I said. Yeah, it's terrible. It's complete garbage, completely outdated, whatever. But it wasn't outdated. The rewards were still good 4 months into the content, which is how long it would take for people to go through upon release today. If it came out today, 4 months in. Oh, King Groot, please. You have 17 Furies against a robot. Yes! Oh my god. King Groot is an auto-fighting god. Dude, that was so good. Okay. I'm definitely going to replay that one. We'll wait till the end of the fight, but I got to replay that one. Yeah, the rewards, they're still relevant 4 months post-release for content like the Abyss. I don't know. If you really want to be on that absolute bleeding edge, there are still ways that you can do it. The easiest way is to, yeah, swipe your credit card. The game is pay to win. Like, straight up, you know, it's the reality of it. But even if you didn't want to pay to win, yes, you could farm units or whatever. If you really want to be on the bleeding edge. If you don't want to be on the bleeding edge, well, wait. You can get through in a little bit of time. I don't know. That's the situation. Whether you like it or not, again, not trying to change your opinion. That's just the situation that we have. Okay. Let's find that moment again, though, man, because that was... God. Dude, all right, 17 revives. So, for those that don't know, King Groot, he does bonus damage against robots. They added that because, you know, they can't be poisoned, right? And a lot of robots are tech, whereas King Groot is cosmic. Still want to have some sort of class advantage, sort of fantasy to it, right? So they just made his special 2 deal a burst of damage against robots here, and you are going to see that burst of damage with 17 Furies. There's the first hit. Not really any damage, like 1,500 or something like that. And then, boom! That red number that pops up for 55k. And it pops up several times. Did it pop up 4 times there? Oh! Ooh! You mean Furies? Did I say something other than Furies? My bad if I said something other than Furies. I do that a lot. Oh, I said King Groot at 17 revives. I mean, the dude does have 17 revives. This guy's indestructible. But, yeah, my bad. I meant to say 17 Furies. My mistake. Easy. Thank you for the 5. Your opinions, they're totally valid. They're totally valid. Again, not trying to change your mind on it. But I am curious how you feel in, once these changes go live. I'm very curious how you feel at a later time. So, please let me know. It will be interesting to see if you feel differently. I might feel differently too, you know? I don't think that I will, which is probably how a lot of people feel, that, yeah, whether you like the change or not, you probably don't think you're going to change your mind in a few months. But we're all, you know, we're all people that have every right to change our minds on things, right? And if I change my mind, I'll let you guys know too. So yeah. All right, Doug, thank you for the 36 months, dude, saying, hi, BG. Hope you've been well for the last several weeks. I thought you weren't streaming, but I accidentally unsubbed. Ah, Doug, how could you? You broke my heart. I kept the membership, though. Oh, okay, then you're fine. Oh, man. Doug, thank you for the 36 months, dude. I'll be keeping my new revive farming locations to myself. Okay. It will never be a secret. I'll tell you right now. The things that people think are secrets in game right now are probably just things that other people don't value for their time. Like, there was always ways to farm energy refills or something. I always thought that was the biggest waste of time. Farming energy refills. If people want to do it, go for it. But yeah, honestly, I still think that 3.2.6, not a waste of time, but I don't think it was anywhere near as efficient as people thought it was. I think it was only worth doing in some extreme cases. Anywho, honestly, don't care about the whole situation anymore. I'm gonna just get my revives and do my content when I'm ready. Yeah. As red numbers are a courtesy to players and not something we intended on keeping for this reason. They are being removed. Same with the login calendar. Sorry. Hinach, they're nerfing the tree? Oh no, dude. Oh, man. Just watch your video, BG. To me personally, I think the new revive additions are a good change, mainly because I didn't use the revive farming. At least arena farming, so I'm happy to stash more revives. Yeah, I hear that, man. There's a few people with that sentiment for sure. I think the apothecary is a healthy change for the pace of the game, but I have a feeling that it will not be healthy for the game as a whole in short term at the very least. We'll see. We'll see. Time will tell. I still think the apothecary is kind of trash, to be clear. I'm going to take advantage of it. But I'm still not a huge fan of the apothecary itself. I will only be using the apothecary leading up to the absolute biggest clears of content as a way to pad the revives. But outside of that, no. I'm not going to be touching the apothecary. I'll still be stacking up level 1 revives just by getting them here and there through quests, and I'll be primarily switching my revive usage to level 2 revives. Because the level 2 revives will just be rolling in automatically, so I might as well use those. Yeah. Farming energy refills for me is more like energy saving for when you actually want to play, for example. Yeah, I mean, I've heard some people say that, but I still don't understand it really. Because like Cam, for example, dude, King Groot, stop getting blasted. Oh man, I almost called Cam King Groot. King Groot's gonna go down here. Cam, for example, he farms energy refills to like knock out the content on just day one, and he says, well, that's when he wants to play. Oh, R.I.P. buddy. Moment of silence for King Groot that just bit the dust here. But in order to do that, to like play the new content at a time when you want to play the new content, you have to play so much at times where I guess you don't want to be or something. I don't know. But hey, yeah, I don't think there's any harm in players doing that. So if you want to do it, go for it. To be honest, I still feel the Karina challenges are a little too hard, but in the end, now I can save up my revives until I have enough to do it, one challenge at a time. Yeah, they might be overtuned still. You might be right there. They were balanced around, I mean, I don't know. They were balanced around technically an infinite number of revives. Were they balanced around that though? I don't know if we could say that. They were balanced around a high number of revives. We could say that for sure. But I feel like this is the same number of revives, or more in some cases. I don't know. More in some cases, less in other cases, I guess. Because you can't have more than a bazillion. I guess I won't bother putting out my energy farming guide then. Abby Doe, put it out there. Some people want to see it. Why not? There's a lot of people that don't care about the guides that I made in the past. I made them for the people that were curious and wanted to take advantage of certain aspects of the game. But yeah. What's a good mastery setup for 5.3 and 5.4? Masteries, they affect your champions. They don't affect the quests. So it all depends on the champs you use. You want to just pick up masteries that enhance your champions. I highly recommend checking out my video titled something along the lines of beginner and intermediate masteries, because those are the baseline masteries that are good for most mastery builds, and those are the only masteries that you really need for content like Act 5. But for future content and future ways you approach the game, you want to think about your champs, not the quests. BG, do you feel we will lose a player base because of the change? I don't think so, but possibly. I don't know. I only want to be able to use my champs in other game modes and leave my champs in Eternity Pain and play event quests. What do you think? Jay, there was a great post by DNA on the forums, which I completely agree with, that says pretty much exactly that. He says basically make Eternity of Pain or Abyss or whatever Everest content, right? Just make it content like Alliance Quest or Alliance War or Incursions. Actually, Incursions is probably the best example. Make it something like the Incursions where you could leave your champions in there permanently while still questing in other areas of the game. That way you can go through those areas of the game at your own pace. You don't need to knock it out in a day or feel like you're trapped in there. And you could knock it out over a period of a month if you felt like it, you know? I think that would be a great change for the game, personally. I would still probably knock out the content in one play session, just because, you know, I don't know. That's the way I would, like, honestly, probably a YouTube thing to knock it out in one play session. If I wasn't streaming on YouTube or something, yeah, I probably would stay in a quest for a month at a time. I probably would take advantage of that. This is to slow down 8.2 marathon clear. I don't think so at all. 8.2 is going to get marathoned. A lot of players clear Act 8 either itemless or with very few items. I don't think that's going to change. I know that there's also an even larger percentage of players, a much larger percentage of players that are not clearing that content itemless, but if you need more than 40 revives for a path of a quest, I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. I hate saying like just get good or something like that, because I think that's like that's not like the right way to put it. But you may need to get some better champs or hone your skills a little bit better if it takes you 40 revives to get through a path of story content at this point. The longer you take to do content, the less valuable the rewards become. Some people are gonna rush through no matter what. Yeah, absolutely. BG, you were trolling in that video, right? It's no troll. Absolutely no troll. I tried to make my case as clear as possible. Let me quit out of this fight, dude. This Sassy is like going way too slow here, man. Let's see. Let's see if A-Bomb auto fights his way through here. Static, thank you for the buck. Let me see. Your last one is just save it, and I think that was for the replay. I think your last message got eaten by the YouTube machine, dude. Try to put the message in the chat again, and if I'll look for it in a couple minutes. If that still fails, we may have to go to Twitter or something. I don't know why a message got eaten. I hate that YouTube does that. Super frustrating. Did BG just tell me to get good? Oh, God. Just glad I did the Double Jugs Karina challenge. I might do one more run before it changes, but in the end, I do like the change. Okay. BG or anyone makes me wonder, why do 22-hour solo events give better revives than where we say we are revive farming? I don't know, but I think it's a good thing, because I don't want to do the apothecary. I want to just be able to play the game and have a little bit of resources to fall back on. It's kind of like a game where, I don't know, think of any RPG that you're playing, and I don't know, whether it's like an ARPG where you kill the enemy and they drop a potion, or it's maybe a more JRPG style turn-based where after you complete like a random fight out in the world, part of, you get like a little bit of gold and some items, and that includes potions and stuff like that. I'd rather it be that way rather than going to a dedicated farming spot that's just you auto fight once a day. Like I said, I'm going to avoid the apothecary in all situations outside of prepping for something really big. So for Eternity of Pain, I'll use it, but on the day-to-day, there's level 1 revives that you can find out in the world, and that will fill up your normal stash over time. I'm only going to use Apothecary to exceed the inventory cap. That is it. I mean, actually, I shouldn't say that's totally it, because there might be times if I am chaining content back to back to back, then yeah, I'll probably be in there doing daily. But typical use for me is just going to only be when I want to exceed the cap. I don't want to play Arena on Sundays when the 22-hour event falls in that day. Can they fix that, please? Maybe. I wouldn't be opposed to that kind of change. The third milestone is super quick to get. But I still wouldn't be opposed to them making a change like that. Yeah. B-Kid, thank you for the 35 months, saying, have you looked at Sandman and Shocker's animations yet? We did a little bit ago, in this video. I think they're cool, but I was a little... Dude, Sandman looks wet to me. I don't know, dude. I hate describing him that way, but I actually wanted him to look a little bit more grainy or something. That's just being... I don't know, slightly too picky. Like it's a phone game after all, right? How can he look like more sand grainy? It looks good when it's like this. I just mean his body. Maybe that's how he's supposed to look, though, you know. Overall, sweet addition to the game. Overall, still a very cool addition to the game. It's just I don't know. was thrown off by that a little. Threw it in Twitter. Okay, static. Okay, good. Because, yeah, I did not see a follow-up. All right, let me see. All I said is that Kabam is making changes to increase revenue, like all the changes to the store and what you can buy in-game, trying to cover the $715 million loss from Netmarble last year. Did Netmarble have a $715 million loss last year? What? Holy crap. Yeah, I mean, I do think it's a way for them to increase revenue. Yeah. I think everything Kabam does is an attempt to increase revenue. Yeah, straight up. But the way that I like, they have to find that line, of course, of like keeping players happy. Otherwise, players don't play the game. So I think some changes are an attempt at keeping players happy. Whether you are on the side of thinking this is going to keep players happy or make players pissed or not, hey, that's up for you guys to decide. But yeah, everything they do is to try to make money. That's for sure. All right, let me see here. Wait, B-Kid, I already read yours, right? I did, yeah. Okay, yeah, yours was about the animations for sure. Bushido Brown, send it over a pound. Let me see. Hard disagree on your earlier comment about Star-Lord, 4-star Star-Lord challenge, no units. You could be 20 plus revives just on Maestro just because of his tech RNG. 68 revives is not enough considering people did it with 80 plus. I would agree with you that 68 is not enough, but I would also say I can show you how to get 100 plus. That's my point. Is 68 plus is like if you're doing the what Kabam considers the like the repeatable just daily farm stuff. They don't even include keeping the 22-hour stuff in your overflow for 7 days. I get it, inconvenient to do that. So some people might still not want to do that. But you can, so there's another 7 revives, or up to 75. There's revives from the calendar. There are not a ton of revives, but it adds to the total. I think it's what, 1 team revive, 1 level 2 team revive. The team revives you could save from for a few bucks if you really wanted to, but let's imagine you don't do that and you just use those revives. Okay, so it's just 2. But then there's also little revives from questing in the monthly events, along with if you just pop in and out of some of the quests without clearing them, without actually playing them. Revives will still spawn there, they said. It's just not going to spawn at a rate high enough that players are going to want to run the same quest over and over. So you can still find some revives there for low energy. We don't yet know if the Act 5 revives are changing or not, so I'm not including those in the calculations. But if those are still available, technically there's an infinite number there. I don't know, there's just a lot of ways to get revives. It's wrong, stop agreeing with BS, that's all. Good argument. That's a good take to have. I don't know, man. There's nothing to comment on there. It's wrong. Stop agreeing. Okay. You got me. I agree with you. Now that you put it so plainly and so clearly. Understood. J Mania, thank you for the loony saying. Also, BG, I like the changes they made to alliance rewards and whatnot, etc. The summer advancement and others to come. I feel they will help. I'm not familiar with those changes. We may have to talk about those tomorrow's stream or something, because I'm not familiar with those changes, and I imagine it's in some lengthy forum post or something like that, which is going to be too tough to read right now. But, yeah. May have to wait on that one. But interesting if they're actually good. If you want to talk fair, ask players how they felt when Kabam reduced energy cost in Act 4. Act 4 used to take so much damn energy. Ms. Jane, are you saying that it's just unfair that some certain players had to go through with a higher energy cost? It used to be so much damn energy to get through that place. Oh my god. Event quest revives are a no because it's RNG dependent. I did not see a single revive during my event quest run this month. Can't count that. I mean, that's fair. You can't count it every time, but I would say on average, for the month, I don't know. I feel like the average is like 3 or something. But even if you excluded those, okay, let's say you waited for a time where they give out like the love potions and revives, or the, or there's like maple syrup revives, or I don't know. There's like other events that they have in game that they're not here all the time, but you see one of those, you're like, oh, okay, now I can do the star. Now I can get a whole bunch more revives for something like this as well. I don't know. All of this is for like the highest revive place in the entire game, doing it without units. So there's gonna be yeah, a little bit more involved than just hitting the 22-hour event to get all the revives. It could be done. It's not something that you would do at all times, every single time. To 100% make it unitless for, like I said, literally the highest revive intensive content in the entire game. A piece of content that is also completely irrelevant, because the rewards for it, they were useful for like, you know, that one period of time in the game. Whereas new content and looking at other examples of it, they don't take anywhere near that number of revives. Well, I shouldn't say anywhere near that number of revives. It is still somewhat in the vicinity. It's just, you know, not over like 80. You know what I mean? But yeah, you could still get over 100. I think exploring Act 4 took me like a year. I knock out a path or two every night before bed, but it was such a grind. Yeah, even at that rate, it takes forever, right? Knocking out like a path a day, you'll still be in there for so long. And that one path used to take more than 70 energy. Max said earlier in the video that he wasn't able to talk about this yet. That was 6 hours ago. Did they talk to the CCP and get you guys feedback on this? They did. They did share some info ahead of time. Yes. I'll tell you right now, not everyone feels the same way I do. So before anyone's like, oh, it's just because you're in the CCP. There's plenty of people in the CCP that would prefer that none of these changes ever went through. This is just my thoughts on it. I genuinely feel that this is going to make content clearing easier than before. Okay, I want to state that as clearly as I can, that it's not my opinion that, oh, this is just good for the game because it slows people down or something. That's not my take. My take is I am going to clear this content easier than I could have with 3.2.6 revive farming intact. That is what I'm saying. Corporate BG? Yep. Corporate shill BG here. All right. J Mania, thank you for the loony. Let's hold on. Whoops. Let's see. To be honest, I still feel the Karina's challenges are a little too hard. Wait. I think that's the comment I read last time. Whoops. Check summoner advancement. It's in place now. Really? Okay. Let me go look. I don't pay attention to any alliance events. By the way, sorry, before I forget too long, nothing was changed from when Kabam showed the info about the changes. They showed it ahead of time, but it's not like we could tell them to go through with the changes or not or anything like that. That is not how it works. They showed it to us just to say, hey, this is, what's happening. If you want to make content, just like anything else, if you want to make content on it, go for it. If you don't want to make content on it, cool. Share your honest thoughts. Is it good? Is it bad? You don't need to agree. None of that stuff. I'll remind people, no one has ever even slightly come close to being removed from the CCP for having an opinion that is against Kabam's. All right, what am I looking at here though? Rewards, I guess. This is the change? Hold on. Oh, there's like 6-star shards here now. Okay. This is still gonna take me time to figure out, and I ignore this stuff. So I don't know if I'm gonna have an opinion on this stuff. I'll leave that for everyone else to say, because I just ignore this garbage. I don't really participate in alliance events and all that stuff. So yeah. All right, easy. Thank you for another 5 saying, one thing I don't think you mentioned in your vid was how you think Realm of Legends pot farming and its value will affect / be affected by the change. In what way? Because I did say I think Realm of Legends potion farming is going to get nerfed. I mentioned it twice in the video that I could remember. One time I said the reason why I like this over having to farm a mountain of revives in 3.2.6 is it's a lower commitment. But then I corrected myself to say, well, if I'm farming potions from Realm of Legends, I still am putting myself on like that kind of commitment. It's a lower commitment than doing both revive farming and potion farming, but it is still a commitment. And then the next time I brought it up was at the very end of the video, which I understand, probably tuned out at that point. But I mentioned in the post that they talked about this. Actually, did I mention, was it at the end of the video or somewhere in the middle? I can't remember now. But they did say something about the potions and... oh God, where is it? Here we go. I said I have no idea how to feel about this, and I wonder if it is going to include a nerf to Realm of Legends potion farming. If I had to guess, I'd put some money on it, but not a lot of money. Because I'm not super confident that they're going to nerf Realm of Legends potion farming, but I wouldn't be surprised by it. So I don't know what this is going to bring. They're trying to make it sound like it's going to be something positive. It might be, it might not be. I don't know. So kind of hard to comment on it. If there was something else that you're talking about, Easy, let me know, and yeah. BJ, that was a mistake, sorry. Oh, the person that got timed out, or... oh, no, it's okay. Oh, wait. I don't think there was any mistake there. Unless maybe you're talking about something else. I don't know. Okay, let me see. It might get nerfed, but I farmed literally thousands of pots to go along with the hundreds of revives to get through Eternity Pain. Thing about the Realm of Legends farming is a massive time commitment, and you can't do anything else in game while you farm pots. Correct. Yeah, this is true. Almost entirely true. There's like a technicality of you can get points for defeating champions in there to qualify towards some events, but I agree. Yeah, virtually you can't do anything else while you're farming Realm of Legends. It is a large time commitment that you're just in there. The reason why I do prefer it over having to do the large commitment of revive farming is because I only look at my phone once every 30 minutes compared to 3.2.6, where I was constantly scanning the map to find which path the revive is on. Like I mentioned earlier, sometimes there's multiple items, so you want to go in and grab one, don't clear the map, reset, grab the next item, things like that. I think it's more convenient farming Realm of Legends than revive farming all day, every day. But they are very similar, and that's why I think that Realm of Legends is on the chopping block. Will it get the axe or not? I don't know. But yeah. You can also stop at any time with Realm of Legends and just kind of back out whenever you want. So even if you're not ready, like, I don't know, let's say you're going to like make some food or something, let it auto fight while you're cooking. And then as soon as you're done eating, well, you could just manually finish that fight in 20 seconds and then move on or something. I don't know. But yeah, I do think it's on the chopping block. If I had to guess, like I said, I would think it's getting nerfed. But it's kind of hard to comment on whatever Kabam's going to do, because we're not going to know until they do it, or in the content creator program, probably a day before they do it. But still, basically, when they do it. Carlos Santos, dude, thank you for the 220. Super generous. Thank you, man. Saying, hey, BG, I agree with you. Having the 40% will be nice. Farming feels like extra work to me. That's how I feel. And I def need them, but I can at least have a better base inventory while I plan it all out. Yeah, dude. Dude, Carlos, that is an excellent way of putting it, because that's exactly how I feel. It feels like it's just going to be like automatic now, versus having to go out of my way to get those revives. There's still be going out of your way to get revives at times, without a doubt. But so much of it will just be automated. Dude, I don't know, man. Like, is it just me that these revives feel so much better than these revives? It doesn't feel like it's just double the health. It feels like I'm gonna die when I use this, if I'm not using, you know, Hercules or whatever. It feels like I'm gonna die using this, and it feels like I have a chance. There's hope. I might be okay. I could take a few blocked hits. That's gonna feel so good to me. I don't know, dude. It's always been automatic for me. Only had to farm once, and that was for Eternity of Pain, Final 4 objectives. Lags, two things. One, you're a beast, and two, I know you don't mind throwing a few units at some revives, you know? There's also, like, I don't know, there's a lot of cheap revives. I will say that... listen, you could do this without spending the units, but there are a lot of cheap revives. Like, I guess I don't have any of the offers available right now, but, you know, like the pop-up offers when you complete a piece of content and they're like, hey, we'll give you 20 revives for, you know, 20 revives and a whole bunch of potions for a pretty small number of units. Those are good options if you don't mind spending a little. I'm still going to avoid those, straight up. I don't want to spend that little. I am incredibly cheap. That's the one thing that I feel like, I don't know. When people say like, I'm a shill or something like that. Dude, I'm not giving Kabam money. And I don't recommend other people to do it either. If you want to, hey, it's your wallet, man. It's your bank account. You do what you want. But like, I'm still not spending money. I still have no plans on it. And I'm going to beat all this content with a lower amount of effort required than I had to for 3.2.6. This content is going to get demolished. I don't know. I get it, though. Like I said in the video, too, the change, for some people, it is going to feel worse. But for me, holy crap, it's going to feel better. So now it'll be even easier for me. Lags. It will be easier for you. Yeah. It definitely will be. Lorson, thank you for the 2, saying, I think you're wrong because... That's the only message. That was the end of it. Oh, man. Fair. That's fair. You honestly don't need a reason. You could think I'm wrong and not have any other reasons, and just that's it. That's fair. Not everything needs a super deep reason. I'll think of a reason. Okay, well, get back to me on that. The game will stay dead, bro. This is MCOC's last breath. Me and my alliance mates have quit the game, and I know a few other alliances did the same. It's true. I mean, people quit all the time. I still am not playing anywhere near as much as I used to. I don't think it's MCOC's last breath, but I don't play anywhere near as much as I used to, and I don't intend to either. So yeah, there's no arguments from me against that. I'm not even trying to get you to keep playing the game. You don't want to play it, okay? It sucks because there's a million reasons why I don't want to play more competitively or whatever. And those reasons I feel helpless with. Like it's the reason why, like, I did just go to a more casual play style, is because I feel like certain things they are not going to change. If they do change, I'll be very happy and pleasantly surprised, but I have given up on those other certain aspects. So I get it. I get the feeling of like not wanting to play anymore, or being really sad when seeing alliance mates, not play anymore and things like that. I totally get it. And it feels bad, We'll see how this affects things. I think it's going to be a positive thing overall for the majority of people, but we'll see. I could be wrong. Danny M, thank you for the £5, saying last 2, please, good man. Okay, Danny, let me see. ABG, sorry, maybe not on topic, but I never get you a live stream in UK. But I finally got Legends from Incursions. Hey, grats, dude. I got to room 25 and got stuck literally in an impossible fight. So I had to do it again. Oh, damn. Only taken 7.5 years, but finally got it. Love the content. You're the only YouTuber I constantly watch because I'm a bald cap user. Hell yeah. And thank you for the Discord code, dude. No problem. Damn, Danny, you have to do it twice, essentially? That's brutal, man. But in some ways it makes it all the juice, all that much more worth it, right? It sucks in the moment, but actually like ends up making you feel like a true legend for having to do it twice, Watching your video and then scenes back to back is very interesting. I highly recommend. Two sides of the same coin. I'm curious. I didn't know Seaton put out a video. I'm gonna watch Seaton's for sure. I like getting other opinions and all that stuff. Casual Cashew, thank you for the 5, saying there's only one way to end this debate. You have to do it, BG. Open the egg. End it all. Oh, man. Yeah. Yeah. I know this, by the way, obviously Casual Cashew, that's a joke because I couldn't end the universe. As a defender of the universe and of the egg, I would never do it, and you know that I would never do it. But I will say this. I'm trying my best to make this not sound like a debate. I'm probably failing. Because, of course, every time someone gives their opinion, I give mine, so it ends up sounding like a debate. But I would say one last time that I'm not trying to change anyone's mind. Express how you feel. That's it. Express how you feel. If you really... don't like this, tell Kabam. Let him know. I just think it's gonna be good, that's all. Alright, easy. Thank you for another 2, saying that's it for me too. Is I hate spending units. Yeah. Nobody likes spending units on some consumables that just disappear, right? Yeah. Yep. All right, Luke. Let me see where you're at. Thank you for the buck. Do you think the person who picks last in Battlegrounds should have to place first on D? I've thought about this before, Luke. Today, someone last pick countered the pick I just made, and I was one champ behind the whole match because I placed first. So I don't know what the best way to do it is, but I have thought about this before, where basically, right now it goes like player 1, player 2, player 1, player 2, right? Player 1 defense, player 2 defense, player 1 attack, player 2 attack. I don't know if it would be better to maybe say player 1 defense, player 2 defense, and player 2 attack. And then, you know, let the person who picked first defense-wise get the last say on who they're attacking with, at least. I do think it might be more fair to do that. It might not be obvious of what the implications of that change would be. But if you're picking your defense first, like I oftentimes throw matches where I'm picking defense first. Not every time, of course, but I'm more than likely do it because actually, do I more than likely do it in that setting? No. It's the opposite of what I'm saying. I'll be more likely to throw when the opponent picks their defender first. It depends on the match, I suppose. But when the defender picks theirs first, if I don't have a good counter, I already know I'm just gonna throw. But I'm forcing my opponent to put in their good attacker, like I'm really gonna play out the match anyway, you know? Whereas if I know that I'm gonna throw, if it goes in a different order, I have to put that card on the table first. To let the person who like picked the defense first. Like there's some strategic things in there. I don't know what's best. I don't know if Kabam experimented with it before the game mode went live. I don't know if we'll ever see a different variation. That mode could, or like that ordering could have some huge drawbacks to it as well. So I don't know. It is interesting to think about though, and I have thought about it before, yeah. All right, Danny, thank you for the pound. Let me see. Yeah, I had to go to room 25 twice, and it made it sweeter for sure. PS discount, not Discord. Oh, I thought you were just talking about you got the discount code through Discord. That's what I thought you were talking about. A real OG, back when I had a Discord, even though it was Cade's Discord. But yeah. Danny, thank you, dude. Easy said over another 5 saying, one other thing, Kabam has made a lot of BS fights recently. Yeah, true, they always have, but I agree. Thanos Eternity of Pain boss final phase where you have to intercept him when he turtles gaining power. Yeah, that's yeah. I fully expect to get my ass kicked there a lot. Making revives necessary, yeah. I mean, we agree on that point, at least, Easy. I do feel like there's some BS at play here for sure. Not only intentional BS, but things that I would say were... Well, I don't know if it's intentional or not, if it's intentional or a bug or whatever, but things like the AI throwing a special... and you dex it perfectly. I'm just going to go back to auto fighting here because I don't feel like playing arena at the moment, trying to read more messages, right? But yeah, there's things like you dexing a special perfectly and them still being able to like hit you before you can retaliate or even throw another special, or the AI responding more quickly post heavy attack animation. There's a lot of reasons why players need revives. And a higher number than potentially should be needed to play this game. I have nothing to say otherwise against that. I agree. And in many ways, those things suck. I do still think it's enough revives from this change to still complete and get through the BS, but it sucks that the BS is there to even begin with. I wish it didn't exist. Alvaro, thank you for the 2 as well, saying we should just grab the people like Seed and BG, Legacy, KT, Prof, etc., and have them run a game. It sounds like Kabam doesn't actually play their game, therefore let those who play run it. Dude, every single one of us has a different opinion. Alvaro, I feel like I don't know what direction the game would go in because we're all pulling in different directions, so I don't even know how it would go. Yeah, it'd be really tough. It would be fun as hell, and that's one of the reasons why I want to be a game dev. Not for MCOC, but I want to be a game dev just in general because I think it would be super fun. But yeah. I think you're wrong based on the fact that I think you are wearing pants. PWF, I would never. And people who wear pants are always wrong. Prove me wrong. This is my knee. That's as much as I'm gonna prove, buddy. That is as much as I'm going to prove. A lot of the revives are for the BS mechanics and AI playstyle, but you play enough Souls style games and you get used to dying. This is true, yeah. I don't even play the Souls type of games, but you play any game that was made in the NES era of gaming, and yeah, you're already used to it. I mean, MCOC is basically MCOC and just microtransaction games in general. They're just an enhancement of arcade style games where you have to put quarters in to revive, you know. At least you don't have to put a quarter in every time you die to something here. How can you say it is enough revives over a month that you can nowadays farm in 1 week? Took 5 weeks in current game state to finish Eternity of Pain when the rewards are still great. 5 months from now they won't. It can be done in fewer than 5. Yeah, it could be done in far fewer than 5. Like when did Eternity of Pain come out? I don't think it's been that long yet, right? But let me see. Let me see if this would have been enough time for me to do Eternity of Pain. Which I get it. Everyone's experience is a little different based on the champs you have, based on your fighting ability, things like that. But, I mean, I don't even have Hercules, which people are saying is, like, excruciatingly painful if you don't have Hercules. I guess I haven't cleared it yet, so maybe you could say I'm wrong until I clear it, but... well, every other piece of content that people said I didn't have the best champ for, like, I didn't have Star-Lord for Labyrinth. I cleared it with Gwenpool. I did it in fewer revives than needing to spend units on them. Hold on, Eternity of Pain, MCOC, Acceptance. I'm Googling it. People probably already put out an answer, but... Oh, here we go, January. Okay, so I'm seeing videos of people clearing it in mid-January. Okay, so it has been a little over 2 months, 2.5 months at the moment. Let's see. I don't know if that would have been enough time for me. But the thing is, before the content comes out, you already know it's coming out. So you can be ready day 1. So the first path actually happens day 1, the content drops. If you want to get it done right away. Like, and you have the revives for it. Because... like, Kabam tells us ahead of time when this content's coming, right? And there's how many paths in there? Double jugs is just 2 paths, or like triple jugs is just for 2 paths, I think, right? So 6 total objectives. You can knock out 2 in one go. 5 total objectives. I would say a reasonable pace would be 4 months. You could still do it faster than that without dropping units, depending on like how your runs go. But you can like fully cap out if you had to fully deplete your revives every single time, you could fully cap out, clear the content in 4 months. Yeah. You can still do it faster through other means by spending units, swiping the old credit card if you really want to. That's what Kabam wants you to do, of course. I don't recommend it. But, yeah. If you really want to be on the bleeding edge of content. If you don't want to be on the bleeding edge of content, fine, then don't be. You know, like, this is just a more casual way to build up these revives. That's why I'm saying it, I think it's better. I very clearly said at the start of the video that for some people it's not going to be. And then I came back to it at the end of the video saying, for the people that want to knock it out in 1 day or 1 week, whatever, it is going to be worse. So, yeah. But if you want to casually farm up the resources to clear a piece of content in the span of 4 months, low effort style, totally doable. I'd rather spend a quarter for another life, though. That quarter got you full life. Happy dough. Not 20 or 40%, not a 40% revive. Costs you like $1.40 in US. And if you buy an Odin. I mean, that's true. The revives in this game are more expensive. However, there was plenty of games where you revived and you did not come back. Okay, actually, you did come back with full life a lot of times, but you came back with lower power a lot of times, to the point where, like, the game trapped you almost. Like, all those games where you're playing like a spaceship, like the R-type games, if you know what I'm talking. Let me just pull up a picture. Damn it, I went to the wrong thing. Hold on. Arcades are super scummy. They're great. They're great fun. But they were potentially even scummier than some of these games that we have today. I mean, I don't know. I guess at the end of the day, you still couldn't drop like an entire car worth of money on an event in the arcade. So, which do you call scummier at that point? I don't know. But oh, damn it. Here we go. All right, finally got a picture. It's the smallest picture possible. Okay, this is the best I can do right now. So these types of games, though, where you're controlling like a side-scrolling ship, and you get like power-ups. I don't think this is a power-up, but you know what I'm talking about, where they have like these little power-ups that you collect as you kill enemies. When you come back to life, you don't come back to life with power-ups in some of those games, you know? And then you're weaker trying to push through an area of the game that is unfamiliar. Like, you're just going to instantly die again, feed another quarter and all that. Now people have to choose arena over battlegrounds. That sucks. I don't think so. I don't think people have to choose arena. You don't have to get the revives from arena. Arena use, but didn't they combine arena use with... Is it arena and battlegrounds that are together? Hold on, let me quit out of this fight. Shotguns that spray the whole screen? Yeah, exactly. Some of those weapons are like super OP. Those games are like easier if you don't die. There's some things like that in MCOC too. It's just not quite as many. So like Torch is a good example, right? If you flame on for fight, if you die, well, guess what? Your next run's probably not going to be any better. Because you just lost your power. No, this is not where we see it. Can we see it? Arena is not combined. Isn't there one combined with Battlegrounds? I thought there was. Well, they should combine it. Level Up's not combined. I thought there was one. Am I going crazy? Was it this? Well, hopefully they combine it, because that'd be better. Was it? No, it wasn't this one. This is just Battlegrounds. I don't know. Maybe I'm going crazy. I could have sworn there was some combination of them. What's in this for rewards anyway? Is it just shards? Yeah, just shards. Okay. I thought there was a change there. Guess not. What's the update, Hobbit? I posted a video, but I don't feel like telling you to go watch a video because you're Hobbit. Hobbit gets the special treatment. I'll tell you real quick. So the update is you get the revive cap is going from 15 to 20 for all individual revives. And now you're able to farm both level 1 revives and level 2. The level 1 revives come from the apothecary, as well as some other areas of the game, but in general, you know, that was their replacement of 3.2.6, is to get these from the apothecary. And then the level 2 revives, these are now going to replace the third milestone revives here, so that you can get level 2 revives here, and now you can stack them up. So, in essence, it takes the farmable cap of revives from 15 of level 1s to a farmable cap of 20 level 1s and 20 level 2s. And for regular content, you're going to be using the level 2s that come out of here more than likely. Just because, well, you could refill them day to day, you know, without going to any other area of the game like the apothecary. That's pretty much it. Yeah. Still going through with the 3.2.6 nerf. The updates are not going live immediately. The update for, I guess, next month, it was like too late, so it's not going to be there for next month, but like in a little bit of time. I don't remember the timeline. Hopefully it's not long though. Lorson, thank you for the buck, saying choose your side and stop sitting on the fence. JK. Oh man, dude, that was like the first comment I read in here, is that someone who thought I was saying I'm not sure how this is going to affect things or something. I'm very sure of it. I'm not on a side. I'm on no one's side. I'm on absolutely no one's side, just giving my own thoughts, but I'm confident in how I feel. This ain't one of those situations where, oh, is it going to be good or bad? I don't know. Carlos, thank you for the 10. Saying sadly I have to go to dinner now, and it would be rude to watch at the table. Well, I put it on the table for everybody to watch. I'm sure the whole family would like to, is interested in revives. Happy to catch you live. Love your work, and we'll catch on VOD. Nice that the replay is working. Yeah, dude, I'm so pumped that the replay is working. I was so sad when it was busted yesterday. Oh, man. All right, let's... Hobbit, did I show you the replay system? Basically, I could take the last 2 minutes. I mean, at this point, I'm going to show you an old replay. But now I can like go back and examine a fight. And let me show you something cool that happened here. You think this is like just a pretty standard... oh crap, I went too far. This is like a standard King Groot versus Vision fight in Realm of Legends. This was completely auto fighting. I didn't take over manual control or anything like that. Vision here is just feeding my my Fury machine. We can skip ahead a little bit. Actually, I don't think we need to. So I get blasted by that, but now I've got 17 revives. I think I get blasted by one more. Oh no, I hit him right here. Oh baby. Look at that barf. So good. So good. Well, this is awesome. Yeah, dude. I love it, man. It wasn't that hard to set up, but I couldn't do it on my old computer. So yeah, I don't have like a supercomputer or anything like that, but might not be able to do it on like a laptop, unless it's like a very powerful laptop or something like that. I don't know, but it's not that hard to set up. There's a bunch of tutorials on the old YouTubes that I followed. It's pretty cool. 17 revives again. Did I say revives again? Are you kidding me? I thought I said Furies this time. Oh my god. Alright, Beguiled, thank you for the 2 saying your face is pretty. Take my money. Thank you. Thank you very much. God, oh man, did I just snort a little at my own very unfunny joke? I think I did. J Mania, thank you for another loony. Say BG, this is my big idea to finish the rest of Karina's challenge. Max out by revive, then double it in overflow, then buy all 3 1,000 unit deals after uncollected / cav and throne breaker as well. And you also get 30 boosts. Is there that many boosts in those packages? Good lord. Yeah. Wait, hold on. Just the rest of your career. Are you talking about pre-update or post-update? Because you could, I mean, you could do that. You could do that before the change goes through if you did want to try to get like an infinite number, or you could, yeah, you could wait for the update if that's what you're saying. I think. Here's my advice, not necessarily to you, Jay, but just to anyone who is thinking about getting those offers. I think what you'd want to do. Okay, you said post. Okay. I think what you'd want to do is potentially leave those offers on the table until you get to a situation where you're like, oh crap, I am running out of revives. Because you might find that you don't run out of revives, right? But then you also might find yourself in a situation of feeling like, oh no, I actually did need more revives, and then you pick up like instead of buying like 40 units a pop for them, you know, picking up one of those bundles. I guess it doesn't give you the boosts up front though, and if you need the boosts, then yeah, there's no way around it. You'd want to get those boosts. Yeah. Brian, when do we get a crystal clearance vid or a rank up vid? Actually, very soon. I'm gonna be I opened some crystals and I'll upload that video. Some of you already know what I got, but I didn't upload it for everybody. I'm gonna upload that probably tomorrow or something, and then I'm gonna start ranking up some champs as well. So soon. Maybe I shouldn't have said tomorrow because I don't know, something might come up and maybe I don't do it tomorrow. But yeah. Jose JSN, thank you for the 5 saying I've been retired for 1 year. How's the game going? It has its ups and downs, Jose, just like I'm sure when you were playing a year ago. It has its ups and downs. There's still 1,000 things that I dislike about this game, and it's the reason why I'm not in a competitive alliance at the moment, and just playing things at my own pace casually these days. But yeah, there's also cool things that happen too. A lot of people are hyped about like certain champs finally getting added to the game, like Sandman, you know. Damn, dude. Yeah, his animations are growing on me a little bit, but it was a little weird at the start. The way I saw it, I don't know. But yeah, man, that's the best way I could put it. Is MCOC will always have ups and downs. All games do. Unless it's just like a game that never gets an update. But, yeah. There's rarely a day that goes by in MCOC without some kind of thing happening. You do have a supercomputer? It's under that shiny head of yours, Hobbit. Aww. The biggest scam in the game is the fact that health potions aren't percent based. It's pretty garbage. You'd have to use over 200 of those 375 health potion guys to get a rank 5 sassy full health. And yes, I did the math. Yep. Luke, and that's not even boosted, I don't think, right? It's pretty dumb. It is pretty dumb. Beguiled, thank you for the buck saying Stark Spidey Arena cutoff. 6. You for real, man? The Stark Spidey Arena cutoff? Thank you for the buck, Beguile. Take your Stark Spidey and shove it. Beguile. If you like those changes, can I suggest you to check my forum post? Is on the suggestion tab, page 2, called Best Way, in my opinion, to handle the situation. I think it's a lot more reasonable. It'd be really tough for me to go look up an entire post at the moment. If you can give like a quick, too long didn't read version in the chat here, that would be much better, and I'll try to follow up with you. I want to hear what you have to say. It's just, yeah, hard to go look at. I mean, I don't even want to look at forum, the Kabam's entire forum post, you know? So it's nothing personal. Have you been auto-farming revives for 2 hours now? If they updated Realm of Legends to bring back the revives here, then yes, Karate Man, yes. Yes, I have been. No, I've probably been in Realm of Legends for 40 minutes of this stream, if I had to guess a time amount. Because yeah, I was mostly for the start of it. I wasn't in. The only reason I went in here is so that I could show the replay thing that I can do now. Bing. Because someone was asking if I got it fixed, and I did get it fixed. Look at this. This has just happened 2 minutes ago. Wow. And then I just stayed in here because, well, I figured I could read more messages while being in here than I can in Arena, so, yeah. I don't always agree with you, but you're dead right here. The revive solution that dropped today is ridiculously generous. Horn. What can I say? I agree, man. I agree. UBG, need help? What's the best path in 7.4.6 that makes the Kang easiest? Can't kill, please do tell. Off the top of my head, man, I'm not sure. I don't remember much of that content, to be honest with you. You could ask me about 6.2 and I will still be able to tell you. But anything post 6.2, I probably couldn't. It was all just kind of a blur of, I don't know. The paths, I don't think they vary that much. They probably still vary a good bit in 6.3 and 6.4. I don't know. But in Act 7, I feel like they don't really vary that much. Pick whatever path seems okay and just go with it. I don't know if there's necessarily an easiest. Samwise, thank you for the 2, saying agree to agree. Quote Sean Spencer, also VG, yeah. Oh man. Samwise, thank you for the 2. I think I told you my favorite. I don't know if I've well, actually, yeah, I don't know if I told you one of my favorite quotes, just to share a psych quote with you, is I think it's when Woody. I'm gonna butcher it because I don't remember exactly how he said it, but I think Woody was like doing an autopsy and someone said, you know, they died of like bulimia or something like that, and he's like, this just in, I'm not bulimic. I ate a donut out of the garbage or something this morning. And I don't know, it's just the way that he delivered it, you know? The idea itself is, anyway, it's fine, but it's the delivery, because, you know, Woody's awesome. Anyway, Abby Doe, ridiculously generous. Jesus, I hope I never get you in a white elephant exchange, if that's what you consider generous. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have used the word extremely generous myself, just because that it does come off in a way that it sounds like you're sucking Kabam off or something like that. But I do think it's good, Abby Doe, dude. Come back to me in a few months, and let me know how you feel. I'm so curious. Come back to me after you play 8.2, even. Just play 8.2 and tell me the revive change is still worse and stuff like that. Whenever that comes out, or yeah, I don't know. I'm very curious. I consider it nearly acceptable, but ridiculously generous is crazy. It's generous for Kabam. I'll put it that way, because Kabam, they are not generous. Kabam, they are here to make money. That will never change. But for Kabam, this feels insane. Dude, I put it in the, what's it called? 8.2 in about 2 weeks. Oh, well, crap. I'm not sure if all these changes are going to go through for 8.2, actually, so I take it back. 8.2 might not be enough time. Because, yeah, I think the next update is still going to be the garbage update. And then I think after that, it's going to be good. Might need 8.3, I don't know. Anyway, what was I going to say? Damn, I lost my train of thought now. But, yeah, I definitely don't consider Kabam generous as a whole. It's just... Oh, that's what I was going to say. Okay. I said in the video that this felt like the most powerful buff since the Magneto buff. I stand by that fully, dude. It feels like an incredibly powerful buff. It doesn't mean Magneto can do every fight in the game or whatever. Just like, hey, you can't just use these level 2 revives to do everything in the game. But damn, if it doesn't make me feel like a freaking unstoppable machine to have these revives that are just going to naturally accrue in my inventory. I don't know. Going from infinite to 68. It ain't 68. Dude, 68 is like if you just downloaded the game and you didn't know what the hell you were doing. It's definitely not 68. It is way more than 68. But you have to do it on their timetable isn't gonna make me feel better. I get that part. Not wanting to do it on Kabam's timetable, I totally get it. And like I said, for people that like, yeah, don't want to do that, I get it. Completely valid opinion and take on it, but it is like 68. It's so many more revives than that are available if you really need it, but that's only in extreme situations. How often do we get content that requires more than 68 revives? How often do we get content that requires more than 40 revives or more than 20 revives? BG, you're wrong. Gran, what's up, buddy? If anyone's gonna tell me I'm wrong, dude, I want it to be you. I don't know why, but it seems like the right thing to say. I take that as a high compliment from you. Like the time you told me I was wrong because I said reading was dumb. You were right. Reading's not dumb. But also, I'll never change. And reading is dumb. It's absolutely hysterical to me when I see people say Brian Grant only agrees with Kabam. He disagreed with Kabam so hard the dude went all the way casual. Yeah, pretty much, dude. I still think that's crazy too. Is like, listen, if you don't like the change, wait, can you check out Pablo's comment in a few spaced out reports? Pablo, I'm gonna check your comment in a second. PWF gave it the extra nudge. All right, I'll check your comment in a second. Well, let me just say this. I don't want to take away from anyone's opinion, right? But I feel like people don't back up their opinions. I backed up my opinion. I'm like, dude, the gifting event's ridiculous. I'm out. At least from competitive play. You know what I mean? I backed it up. I did what I said. There's so many people that are like, oh, terrible changes, and play 14 hours a day. Still gonna keep playing 14 or however many. Like, all right, 14 is an exaggeration. I'm sorry, I went too far. But are like, you know, I don't know what to say. I'm not even telling people to quit the game or anything like that. You could have the opinion, just don't come at me of like, saying that like a shill or that I only ever agree with Kabam when, I mean, at least I backed up what I said and, stand by it and, yeah, stop playing the game competitively because I thought it was, bad. So, yeah. That still makes me break out in hives? Grant, I'm sorry. Okay, let me see here. Hold on. Pablo's who I'm looking for. Pablo, where's your comment? God damn, dude. YouTube made it so much harder to find comments. Here we go. BG. Do you think your opinion would be different if you were still trying to push your free-to-play limits in 4 Loki? No. I feel like it's harder and harder to keep up with the change. I feel like it's easier and easier. I'll explain exactly why as well. Hold on. Let me get out of this fight. No, I would feel like it's way. Well, okay. Keeping up would not be easier because the game did become more like spend heavy in a way, you know. But if we're just putting this change in a vacuum, this is a pro free-to-play player move. It would take less time. Like, the only thing that matters, as far as I'm concerned, as long as you can complete content within a reasonable window of it launching, is your time investment, like your total time investment, right? Farming 3.2.6 is a higher total time investment than farming 22-hour daily events or whatever, right? Because you can get other rewards while doing this activity to get this revive. So you can do other things. You can be playing quests, you can be doing the arena. You get more total rewards while accumulating these revives than you will get total rewards by doing this content. It takes it out of your timetable, and it does put it on Kabam's timetable, but because it would still only be like 4 months or probably a little bit less for me to clear the abyss, let's say 3 months, that would have been faster than it took me to clear the abyss when I did it originally. It did take me a very long time to do Labyrinth, Abyss. Yeah, like I probably would have blasted through Eternity of Pain pretty quickly, just to get like that rank 5, because of course that's, you know, big for prestige. But with this change, it would have been quick enough for me to say, no, I'll do it in, you know, the like 3.5 months total time or something that it would take me to 100% Eternity of Pain, without dedicating extra time to 3.2.6. I would dedicate a little bit of time to the Apothecary for sure, but it's still a much lesser amount of time, because let's say I did the Apothecary for 100 days in a row. That's 100 times that I'm running the quest. Versus farming, you know, however many times in 3.2.6. It would be more than 100. I don't know how many more, but it would be more than 100. And it would also be within a 2-week period of time that would consume more energy, rather than spacing out that energy to the point where I wouldn't be able to play other areas of the game without spending units. More total rewards for sure. I have no doubt in my mind at all that it's a much higher level rewards that I'd be getting if I was still competitive and cleared the content using the Apothecary and the level 2 revives from this. Zero doubt. Don't threaten me with proving it, because dude, I might be dumb enough just to come back and play competitively to prove it. Damn it. I don't know, man. Every time someone tells me I can't do something, I'm like, oh yeah, okay, let me show you then. I guess you can't see it. Fine, I'll show you. Let me do it. I don't want to do that anymore, but if I have to do it, I swear I'll do it. You won't. Oh God. Confidently wrong. Abby Doe, dude, I don't know how you don't see it. It's so plain as day. Oh my god, dude. It is so super plain as day, as far as I'm concerned. I just don't agree with his opinion about everything in this. It's like me, he's intentionally agreeing with Kabam. Come on, man. Okay, another great take from you. Aren't you the person that ripped off my content and uploaded it? Aren't you that same person? Instead of making your own content, you just re-uploaded my crystal openings? I think that's you. I didn't want to bring it up. I wanted the past to be the past. But, I mean, what are these comments? What are these guys? They're adding nothing to the conversation. You could tell me I'm wrong or whatever, and that's fine. But these comments are awful, dude. Oh, you just intentionally agree with Kabam. Sure, I guess. I guess that's it. All right, Beguiled, thank you for the buck, saying, BG, come on, son. Pablo asked this. Wait. Did I read the wrong message? Do you think your opinion would be different if you were still trying to put... Oh, no, this is the same message. Do you think your opinion would be different if you were still trying to push your free-to-play limits in 4 Loki? I feel like it's harder and harder to keep up with the change. You sent that 10 minutes ago, so... yeah, you probably sent that as I was trying to find the comment. My bad. But I did eventually find it. You sent over another buck, too, saying 1/100th of a bald cap, please. Beguile. Done. I'll break off a little piece. No problem. Oh, man. Here's where I think I may disagree. Clearing content day 1 as a free-to-play gives you rewards that can grow into more rewards in those 3 or 4 months. It would take to clear content a rank 5 in Battlegrounds is a big W, etc. It is a big W. You're not wrong there. You definitely get an advantage for clearing that content. But I don't think the advantage outweighs it. If the advantage outweighed it, then I would push through the content faster, and I would use some units to do so. But in my opinion, I'd rather keep the units and spend those units on additional offers that come out later. I feel like that'd be the best way to advance. So that'd be my approach. But yeah, that's my thoughts on it, at least. Like I said, fair that you disagree. No one needs to agree with me. Just the comments of like sucking up to Kabam or something like that. It's like, what? That's your argument for why, you know, people don't have different opinions in the world? Oh man, what's your favorite cereal? Let's ask that to 100 people in here, and tell everyone that likes Cheerios that they're just sucking up to General Mills. Are they the ones that even make Cheerios? I don't know. Bash, thank you for the 5, saying, what's up, man? Just got here. What are we talking about? Well, there was an update to the revive situation. I've already said it a couple times, so I'll give a super quick rundown. But there's a... Yeah, I would watch this video that I posted earlier today if you want the longer details. Basically, the individual revives are going from 15 to 20 cap, and you're now going to be able to farm level 2 revives from the 22-hour solo event. So you're essentially going to be able to get level 1 and level 2 revives. Level 1 from the Apothecary. So you can kind of stack up both of those, which takes the old farmable cap of about 15 without going into overflow to a new farmable cap of 40. And you could still put stuff in the overflow too, but not an infinite quantity that if you wanted to run 3.2.6 over and over again, you couldn't do that. But yeah, that's a change. Bash, thank you for the 5. Danny M, thank you for another 2, saying, took King Groot to rank 3. What sig is best for Realm of Legends farming? 200. I'll tell you right now, man. Rank 3, not going to be the most reliable. Rank 4 is like guaranteed to make it to at least Scarlet Witch. Hold on, let me see. Is there anything that before Scarlet Witch that can sometimes kill me? A lot of times I make it through the entire thing. But no, yeah, rank 4 you will guarantee at least make it to Scarlet Witch. Rank 3, I don't know. I don't know where you end up at rank 3. But you want him to be extremely high sig level. Yeah. I understand why you don't like the change. You grind arena a lot and are pretty set with units. Lewis, I don't grind the arena at all. And I don't plan on using units to buy revives. I don't know if you've kept up with... I used to grind the arena a lot. So, like, 2 years ago, you could have said that, yeah. But I don't grind the arena almost at all. I thought about going back to it just for fun, just to... no one's ever said that. Go back to arena just for fun. But I thought about going back to it just because it's easier to keep up conversations rather than playing Battlegrounds. And it's the conversations, to me, that's fun. But I don't play the arena at all. Not off stream at all. It's the last thing I'll be doing. And on stream is very rare. Like today would have been one of those arena days to keep up a conversation. But even today I didn't play arena. So. Yo, White Mummy saying, hello, BG. Hope you're having a good time. 2 questions. In your opinion, what was the reason behind these changes Kabam made? And did they achieve that goal? No. I don't think they achieved their goal. If we look at... Okay, so if we look at their reasons, it's... Like, I can summarize it a little bit. But I want to pull out like their words to prove my summary in a way. Well, first off, they did go back to this comment, and I think they were trying to kind of change exactly what they meant by revives trivializing content. But basically, like, trivializing content meant you didn't have to try to progress to get like higher level champions to get through content, because what does it matter if you have a 5-star Aegon to beat the Abyss or a 6-star Aegon to beat the Abyss? You have infinite revives, so why bother? Why bother chasing 7 stars? Why bother doing anything? You could just get revives. They also and to that, I think they did kind of hit their goal of still pushing players along to need to progress in those ways, because now it's not an infinite number, it's a number that if you have, like, you know, a champion of a level like design that the content was based around, yeah, you'll get through in the number of revives given here. But I do think they said this. They wanted to shift the intended hold on, let me just read it word for word. The ease of access this revive farm provided has resulted in many summoners being able to punch above their weight class. With enough revives, summoners can brute force any content. This means, over time, the community's mentality towards endgame content shifted from the intended aspirational to feeling that it should be inevitable. I'm going to end there. I'll read the rest of this too, fine. It is an unfortunate side effect that directly contributes to the removal of the farm to allow the game team to reliably create and balance new endgame content, or new endgame and Everest type content. So I don't think this hits their goal. Like, I don't know. We got to ask Kabam like exactly what their goal is. But if I'm going just by the wording here, I think the content is still inevitable. I still think I'm going to be punching above my weight class. I'm not going to be playing all of the areas of the game to get the newest, latest, greatest champs to get through content. I'm still going to be using some under-leveled champs, some champs that are maybe not the best, but good enough. And I'm going to have enough revives every month to make progressing in content inevitable. It's not going to feel aspirational to me, at least. So I would say, personally, I don't think they hit their goals. Not as described here. Not all of them, at least. But I mean, that's as best as I can judge it. The change I think is super powerful, but I disagree with it hitting the intent that Kabam has. I think the intent that Kabam has actually sounds way scarier than it is, but yeah. I don't know. I don't know if that answered your question, White Mummy. Hold on, let me read it again. 2 questions. In your opinion, what was the reason behind these changes? And okay, yeah. Kabam made. Did they achieve that goal? Yeah. So I mean, that was the reasoning, but again, I mean, also money, of course, right? Like they don't say money directly, but money. I mean, that's for sure, without a doubt, without a shadow of a doubt. Kabam is trying to make more money. I think Kabam is probably okay with people pacing out content as long as they, you know, and doing it in a free way, as long as they don't just blast through the next abyss the day it releases. They'll probably take that as a win. But this content is still going to feel inevitable to me. It's just going to be inevitable. I mean, the best way I can describe it is 3.2.6 was the binge model. If you like binging shows on Netflix, which I mean, I guess all of us do from time to time, right? But it was that binge model, whereas this is releasing it more episodically, outside of if you want to throw units at it, then you can, of course, just say, no, give it to me now. It's kind of like, what do you mean by feel inevitable? I mean, I'm going to bag a bunch of revives for free, and then I'm going to feel like, well, I've got 40 revives in my inventory and a bunch in the overflow, and it took me no work to get there, so I guess I'm going to do the content. That's what I mean by inevitable. That's how it feels to me. Which I actually don't like, to be honest. I wish there was different types of progression in this game. The type of progression that I like is kind of smashing my head against a puzzle and trying to figure it out and trying to learn mechanics and conquer those mechanics. I don't think that exists in MCOC, which I don't think is a good thing. I mean, it's just, that is the game that we're playing. But there's other games out there that, yeah, you have to overcome it through learning the mechanics of whatever boss challenge you're going up against. And some of those things are not inevitable. Some of those things, depending on like how challenging it is for you, you might get too frustrated and give up beforehand. Which I guess some people might get too frustrated with this and give up beforehand too. So different, but same in some ways. But yeah. If the IRS asks, tell them that my new content binge was both necessary and ordinary. First off, if the IRS asks, I don't exist, and I have many children, okay? All right, hold on. There was a bunch of super chats that I'm backed up on at the moment. Let me see here. Danny read yours about King Groot farming. Yeah, I really think rank. I don't know how it's going to be rank 3, but either way, you want him to be high 6 possible. Wait, actually, you sent a follow up, so let me read that follow up too. Thanks for the info. He's Sig 100, and I could take to rank 4. Now is my 10th, but we'll wait to Sig 200. Thanks again. Yeah. I would wait. Well, I mean, you don't necessarily need to wait, but if you're doing it strictly for the purposes of Realm of Legends farming, then I would wait, because Sig 100 is probably not enough. But Sig 100 is plenty for normal content. He'll still be very powerful there. Yo, Quick Shot. What's up, Quick Shot? Thank you for the buck, dude. Let me see. Where are you at? Here we go. Do I need to log in periodically to feed my champs like a Tamagotchi? A little bit. You know what's funny? One of my first reactions to this change that I didn't say in a in the video, which Quick Shot, I don't even know if you saw the video. Maybe you're probably just saying because you never log in, so your champs are probably starving to death. Yes, but you might like this comparison I'm about to make. For better or worse, I consider the revive change a little bit like Farmville. All right, I actually thought about making an entire video breaking down how MCOC is really just Farmville, and I might still make that video. Damn it. But you know how in like a Farmville type game, even if you've never played Farmville, there's plenty of other games that operate in a way like let's say you're building something, right? Whether it's a crop or you're building a barracks. Why did I say it so funny? But you're building a barracks in a game where you could pump out some combat units or whatever, right? Or you're upgrading your city's town hall or something, right? A lot of these mobile games, how they operate is okay, upgrading, and it'll take 1 hour to upgrade. Or you could pay us a little and you get the upgrade instantly. That's how it feels with this. It feels like we're going to supply you with plenty of revives. It's going to take a month though. Or just fork over that dough and get it tomorrow. Get it right now. Why wait till tomorrow? You can have it instantly. I mean, it's not necessarily, when I'm doing this, it's not necessarily money. It could be, and they're hoping for people to be spending that money, but could also be farmed units or whatever. But yeah, make that video. I might quick shot. I don't know. I feel like I don't make a ton of videos though, so do I really want to spend time making the Farmville comparison to MCOC? Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Wait, are you saying that Farmville was a gotcha? Dude, Farmville was the start of it all, okay? That's how it is, yeah. I believe they only made some people angry without making any positive or meaningful change. Oh, you don't think so, huh? Okay. One reason behind the anger is MCC has lots immediate issues, and they focused on making money rather than fixing. This is totally true. I completely agree. There's a bazillion issues in this game, and yeah, they did this change. I will also say that this has existed in the game for a very long period of time, and they did make this change post Eternity of Pain releasing. So could argue it took them a long time to fix this as well, if they were seeing it as like a unintended player side benefit or something. But yeah, no, I agree. It's incredibly frustrating that so many issues exist that are making the game less fun to play. And I wish they would address those once and for all, but I don't know, they don't. Or they do, but it takes an extremely long amount of time. Should I not playing? I have no need for revives, but they must be starving by now. Yeah, they're incredibly hungry, dude. Potions build strong bones. Might also give osteoporosis, so I don't know. All right, Bash, thank you for the 10 saying, okay, that's not too bad, honestly. I was mad about the revive farming nerf, but then I remembered I don't farm revives. I rather play what I want and gain revives naturally without feeling bored. Bash, exactly. That is exactly how I feel. I don't want to go and farm revives. The game's just going to give them to me automatically? Okay. Roger, thank you for the buck saying, BG getting mad is funny because the people complaining really have no argument against him. Yeah, the ceiling on revive sucks, but it's not game breaking. Sorry, must be sucking up to BG. Roger, you definitely are, and how dare you. No, okay, so I'll be clear, because that puts it in a slightly different spin than maybe how I would put it. It's fine to disagree with me. Totally fine. Think how you want to think. I am not here to try to change anyone's opinion. This is meant to be a discussion to hear everyone out. It's just the comments that add nothing to the conversation, that only say things like, oh, you just like it because you're sucking up to Kabam or something like that. Those are the only comments that are like, what are you doing? You're just embarrassing yourself, you know? But if you have a different opinion, like Abido doesn't agree with me, that's totally fine. I have nothing against Abido. Think how you want to think. Awesome. Have your own opinion. It's great. Ban the dissenters. Yeah. Oh, man. Personally, I agree with your video. I will have more revives with this change. White Mummy. Yeah, dude. I think a lot of people are going to have more revives. I also said it in the video. Not everyone's going to like the change. I get it. I get it. I get why. But, yeah. I farmed 20 revives while we've been chatting, and I barely have looked at my phone. I'm not bored. Abby Doe, that's the highest compliment that you could ever give me. Because if you're not bored farming those 20 revives, then I must have entertained you so much for you to not be bored. Because that's the only thing I could think of, dude. Oh, man. I disagree with Abdo, not because I disagree, but because he's Abdo. That's also valid. Embarrassing myself, that's my best trait. PWF. Oh, man. I also agree that from a more casual / patient gamer perspective, the bigger revive stash is a very nice change. Yeah, it's huge. I think I made some fair points against this change. Yeah, dude, Pablo, you made very fair points. They're points that I disagree with in some ways, but like I said, that's fine. I would still be against it, and still am, and like to play the game I want to play, but I would at least respect you a bit if they just said, we want more money. I agree with that too. I wish they would just come out and say it. But we already know it, so do they even have to say it? But yeah, of course. Of course. That is part of it. They want more money. BGS Casilli said things for and against Kabam. I think he actually just has an opinion, even if they're unpopular. It's true. How long do you think it's going to take for them to change to 1,500 4-hour crystals? Wait, what? How long do you think it's going to take for them to change to 1,500 4-hour? I'm not sure I understand. Change to 15. Oh wait. Oh, four star crystals. Sorry, I thought you were talking about the 4-hour crystals. You're talking about just these. Just these babies. I don't think they're ever gonna change these to 1,500 to open a crystal. I don't think that's ever gonna happen. They might have some special events where you could trade in temporarily 1,500 shards to get a crystal, but that's probably the best you're gonna see. I mean, don't they have something like that for? I think that's something that they sell in the Black ISO market. Maybe, I don't know. But I mean, they have similar things, I guess. Maybe not exact. There was a comment I wanted to read, but I don't know where it went now. No, they have to say it is this way at least. I know they're not spitting out my face while trying to tell me it's the rain. Yeah, I hear that, man. Did you watch Seed's video, BG? No, I will though. I will. There's a new post in the forum saying they just banned 1,000 incursion cheaters. Drop in the bucket, probably. Honestly, it's probably a drop in the bucket. That's good, though. That's good. 1,000 accounts? Dude, if that's like the milestone they're at and they're like still banning people, that's pretty good. Been more than semi-retired for more than a year, playing for 6+ years. This is kind of huge for me. I can slowly progress at any game content at my own pace while being free to play. Super excited. Sean, you 100% will be able to, yeah. There's no doubt about it, man. You will absolutely be able to feel like you are progressing through, like especially this is especially true for things like story content. No matter where you're at. Well, I shouldn't say no matter where you're at. If you're Thronebreaker or higher, you still get the same number of revives without being Thronebreaker, but like especially if you're Thronebreaker or higher, It'll be way, 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 way more convenient to just save up some of those revives and casually go through these quests. Band plan to make it 5 days in the start, then change it to 7 days. So we would praise them. Yeah, right. I also think that was pretty silly. I thought it was really dumb when they said it was 5 days to start with. Anyway, made no sense. I thought that made absolutely no sense. But you check the April calendar at the end of the month. The April calendar at the end of the month. This are you talking about? Dude, if I land a 6-star Rintra, I will cosplay as a cow. Oh, you actually get 3 revives a month from here. I didn't know there was a level 1 revive. Okay. Dude, I will cosplay as a freaking cow if this is a 6-star Rintra. Unfortunately, we'll never know because I'll never open it and it's just going to sit in my inventory forever. Yeah. These units are like technically free revives too, but I still am not going to spend them on revives. I would still be spending these things on other things. But how many units is this until it's 100 units? So like 2.5. But hell no, I'm not budging those units. Can someone save that replay? I'm not saving that one. Can I count it being easier with these changes? I think that's still up for debate. I don't think so, but fair enough. We'll see. Like I said, I would love to see. I would love to hear people how they are in the future. I'm trying to make them check the calendar, but to no avail. Oh, Gilgamesh, sorry that I wasn't seeing your message. Brian, do you think it's easier for an uncollected player to get all the milestones in the 22-hour events, or for a Paragon player to get them? Paragon player is probably easier to do everything than an uncollected player. You don't need to get all the milestones though. You just need the 3rd one. If you needed to get if they were moving the revive to the 5th milestone, I would consider that a massive, massive nerf. Because it's 3 times the amount of effort to go from the 3rd milestone to the 5th. Look at the number of points. It's almost exactly 3 times more. It's technically just under 3 times more points, but yeah. But getting the 3rd milestone, dude, listen, if you're not progressing in this game, and you're saying you can't get the 3rd milestone of the 22-hour solo event, I don't know what to tell you at that point. The game shouldn't just hand you everything. The game, it's only the 3rd milestone. It's really not that hard to hit. Event quest completion is the hardest one to hit it in, and this will be the one that I'll miss it in, most frequently. But like, hold on a sec. Hold on. Was the arena wins? Yeah, arena wins is here. Okay. 3rd milestone on a Sunday when Abby Doe doesn't want to play arena, which I get. 3750 points. How do you get points? You've got 6-star champs, right, Abby Doe? We'll do the math for 5 stars as well. Uncollected players these days have 5 stars. But even if they didn't, technically it's still achievable with 4 stars, just longer. But hold on, 3750 divided by 250. That's 15 total fights, but of course you could win up to 3 per round in the arena. 5. That's the answer. If you play 5 matches of the arena, level 2 revive. It's basically roughly half the points for 5 stars, so it'd be 10 matches. Technically slightly more. But, I don't know, dude. That's pretty easy to me. I get it. And some days you're not going to want to do it even though it's easy. Fine. Don't do it. They'll be... dude, I'm not going to hit half of these the way I play the game. But I'm also not needing to. If I needed the revive, I would go in there and I would get it. You missed my point. What's your point? Why should they get lower rewards for doing more work? That's just the way the game works. It pushes you towards wanting to get 6 stars. If there was no benefit to getting 6 stars, then why would you ever get them? I don't know. Every area of the game has rewards relevant to where you're at, like effort-wise and stuff. I don't know. There's a lot of champions that you have ranked up, and you don't even need revives or potions or anything like that. Because you have champs like King Groot that can just heal a boatload. You start out weak in this game and you become stronger. I don't know. I guess that's just how I feel, but yeah. Oh, wait. Maybe I missed your point again, because you said, so if it's harder for a cav or uncollected player to get them, etc., then why don't they get the upgrade for level 2 revives? Okay, sorry. I did miss that point. So, I can't speak for Kabam on this, but I did think about this myself too. And the only conclusion that I can come to is that they didn't want to increase the cap so much for players that don't need to do what's considered endgame content. So they kept it to level 1 revives. That's my thoughts on it. Is they probably thought, okay, we're gonna vastly increase the farmable cap from 15 to 40 in your inventory without sigil, and it's 50 with the sigil, but like I said in the video, let's get real. I'm not getting the sigil. I never will. But anyway, 15 to 40, right? And you probably only need the 40 plus whatever you can push in your overflow to complete endgame content like Abyss and Eternity of Pain. Versus if you gave the example of uncollected. If you are pushing an Act 5 quest, or even an Act 6 quest, a nerfed Act 6 quest, you probably don't need to have a farmable base inventory cap of 40, is what I would guess. That's the only... it's just a guess. I don't know. I don't want to speak for Kabam on that one. But that's what I was thinking why they did it. There should obviously be incentives to reaching higher levels. I just think they should have upgraded that particular aspect for everyone rather than just Thronebreaker and Paragon. Okay. Fair enough. 6 stars. Psh, we on that 7-star train soon enough, baby. Oh, man. Don't remind me, Karate Mike. I'm not sure how that'll go. BG, did you hear the new game by Sega that just launched? The Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog. I heard the title of it, Nick, but I haven't seen anything about it. Let's pull up a picture, because you brought it up, and hey, I'm going to look. Let's see. The Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog. Is it this type of game? Hold on. Is it going to be this type of game where it's like is it like a point and click story style game? Where you're like investigating and Knuckles here doesn't want to give up any information because he's no snitch? Is that how the type of game is? There's a video, but I don't know if I want to watch the video. I mean, there's no way Sega is going to hit me with a copyright strike for giving them free advertising on their game. All right, let's just go look at the video. There might be some wait, what? I pulled up this video. It's 2 hours long. What do you mean? Is this a playthrough? Hold on a sec. I don't want to watch a playthrough. It's from Game Explain. Okay, well, I don't want to watch this video because I don't know. I don't want to watch like spoilers and stuff. Yeah, point and click. Okay, that sounds cool, man. It sounds really cool. I don't really play point and click games too much, but like I wish I had more time to, because the games are actually pretty fun. But they're just like casual, very, you know, light, fun things to go through. It's free. That's awesome, man. Sonic's on the up and up, dude. Sonic, I don't know. Like I liked Sonic as a kid, and then for a period of time, there's a whole bunch of games that I just wasn't into. But I played that one for Switch. I put a few hours into it, man. Like, I don't know, 10 hours or something like that, which is not enough to beat it, of course. But I played it over the holidays when I was visiting the fam. I don't remember the name of the game, but it was like an open world Breath of the Wild. I guess every game that's open world is just considered a Breath of the Wild, like as if they invented open world games or something. But yeah, it definitely reminiscent of Breath of the Wild, but just for Sonic. And it was pretty fun. I liked it. Favorite Sonic game I played in a very long time. The movie, I only saw the first one, but probably the best video game movie I can recall in recent history. The Wizard's probably still the best. But yeah. Next Breath of the Wild is in May. Hector, is it? I didn't really play the first one. Frontiers. Yeah, I think that's what it was called. I think it was Frontiers. Brain posted a revive video before his insane featured opening. Griffin, I'm sorry. I'm gonna post the opening very soon. All right, let me see. How about people that hate Arena have content 100% and there's nothing to do? If they drop 2 big contents and we have resources for one, by the time we stash for the second, a third comes out. This is true. If you don't farm the Arena and you're free to play and have no units, the content is being spaced out. For you, it's probably a worse change. You would still be able to do the content completely for free without spending any units whatsoever. But yeah, if it's a large enough piece of content, it might take you, 3-4 months to clear it versus doing it on day one. If you don't like that, fair enough. Voice your opinion. I will not try to change it. But that's the change. Yeah. Waiting for Kabam to buff the solo crystals. I have almost 3 million shards of those. Yeah, the solo crystals are a bit of a joke, right? This is why we have to play Hello Kitty Island Adventure BG. Forget these goobers. Clarissa, I'm considering it. The new Sonic game, it was really good. Yeah, it was good. I beat like the first world. I don't know. I can't remember what they're called in that game. But like I beat the first world and I got into like the second one, which I thought they were all connected, but I guess not, because I think it was more like a desert kind of theme or something. The second one, I'm not sure. I can't remember exactly, but I did like I tried to 100% the first world. I don't think I quite did. And like the levels within the world, I did a bunch of, like I did some fishing in that game too. I tried to get like all of the achievements in the levels, which I don't think they were exactly achievements. I like the levels, the way they did the levels in Sonic, where it was like open world, but you had like the individual levels to play through, and you can go through them at a slower pace, but then you were also given like bonuses for like beating the level in a certain time. The whole thing, it was just a great experience. The music, the atmosphere, I loved it. I would say easily the best Sonic game I've ever played, even more so than like the 2D style ones, which I love 2D style games. I typically enjoy 2D games more than 3D games. But in this case, Frontiers, I would say best Sonic I played. Favorite Sonic game was Sonic Adventure Battle 2. Well, I haven't played that one. So maybe there's a chance I would like that one more. I don't know. But the last one I liked before Frontiers was probably like the first one for Dreamcast, which I think was it just called like Sonic Adventure or something? It was okay. I liked it enough. And then I think I played like one or two more after that, just at like a friend's house for a few minutes, and I was like, I'm not into it. And then I stopped looking at Sonic stuff for a long time. So I might have missed some good ones. Red Dog, thank you for the 2 saying, I can dig this, Red Dog. Yeah, buddy. Sounds like you're thinking the same way I'm thinking on this one. Thank you for the 2, dude. We're going to be using them free revives to clear some content. All right, I'm going to take a shower, and then I'll be back to stream in 30-ish. Hopefully see somebody there. Have a good one, friends. Yeah, actually, it's kind of getting to be a little bit later. I kind of want to end the stream now myself. I realized it was 3 hours ago that I started. Elden Ring, Chris. I'm sorry, man. I still want to play it. Ichi, have you heard the theory that Sonic is really just the Eggman's pet hedgehog, and each level is just his cage slash maze that he has to defeat like a lab rat? Dysentery Joe. I haven't heard that before, but now that I'm hearing it, that might be what Sonic is. I don't know, dude. He's got to save the other animals. Save them from what? Save them from Eggman's cage. Like, they're all trying to free themselves from being these lab animals and stuff. That's exactly what it is, man. Okay, anyway, yeah, I'm gonna wrap up the stream here. I think it was a good conversation for the most part. I'll say it one last time. I'm not looking to change anyone's opinion. So for the people that have a different opinion, cool. Totally valid and all that stuff. Just if you're ever trying to comment on someone else's opinion, whether it's mine or someone else's, don't just go to the immediate thought that, oh, you like something, so there must be something fishy going on. Because everybody likes different things. And for some people, this will be good. For others, it won't be good. For me personally, it's going to be good. BG, thanks for the open conversation. Before we end, could you read my last about whether content becomes easier or not? Pablo, okay. One last message. Let me see. Not everyone can / wants to play every day for a month plus to have a revive stash. Now it's 1 day of farming and then you're ready to go. People without regular schedules might struggle planning 1 month. It's true, and that's a personal preference. That yeah, if you were the type that liked to just farm in 1 day, that option is gone. Or at least it will be, assuming these changes go through. Who knows? Maybe there's enough people that don't like the changes that they don't go through, but I'd be shocked if they didn't go through. So yeah, I would imagine that method is gone. I will say this though, as a little bit of a counterpoint. You don't need to be playing every single day, and that's why in my opinion, like that's one of the benefits of having like the larger stash before it goes to the overflow, is that you don't have to play every day. You kind of, if you want the highest number of revives possible, you would have to play every day 2 weeks leading up to a run. It's a small amount that you'd have to play, but yes, you would still have to log in and play. But I like that it's not every day for like months on end or something like that. It's not grinding units for 3 months to buy a Black Friday offer. You know, there's like no comparison there. It's just you can slowly build up some revives. You never have to do the apothecary to get the level 1 revives. Those will still build naturally through some ways. You could totally not pay attention to the 22-hour event. You'll still bag, 20 of the level 2 revives over a little bit of time. And then to really push into the overflow, that's when you're going to have to play. But yeah, okay. All right, I'm gonna head out of here though. I'll be back tomorrow, and maybe I'll be popping around into some other streams, probably more on the lurking side, just to hear more opinions and stuff. But yeah, I won't be streaming again today. I'll be back to streaming again tomorrow. So yeah. Anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow then. Thank you all for tuning in. Before I go, did I already? I don't know if I did it once, I'm going to do it again. Shout out to Carlos for being today's biggest D. And thank you everyone else. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Later, everybody.